Hignett corner, beyond Bent. Janssen! And Blackburn Rovers are 18 minutes away from a Premiership return.
As far as Stewart, just outside the penalty area, clips it central for David Dunn. David Dunn equalises! It just had to be. Dax corner and it goes. Glance towards goal, and Rovers have taken the lead. And Charlie Mulgrew has scored his 14th of the season. It may well be the goal that sends Rovers.
Hello and welcome to the Christmas Charity Special 2021. We're your hosts, Joe Harvey
and Glenn Entwistle.
We can't wait to bring you a spectacular evening full of fun festivities, prizes and amazing content.
First though, let's take a look back at everything we've done this year at Rovers Chat.
Here we are, lads.
Hi everyone at Rovers Chat. Hope you have a great evening tonight at the awards, and I wish you all the very best.
It's gonna be a good night.
But as you can see, joined by a very special guest today. It is John Buckley, Rovers' #1 angler.
I'm delighted to be joined by former Blackburn Rovers, Rudy Gestead.
I'm honoured to be able to welcome Danny to the podcast.
To introduce Elliot Bennett.
So Dan, how are you? We're very fortunate to have James Beattie with us. How are you?
Former Rovers player Craig Conway.
So this is Jay Haddock.
Charlie, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you here.
It's 2-0. Darrell Lenihan, what a pass!
Come on! Relief! Come on! Yes! Desmond!
Oh, I'll play it.
Out. Come on, boys!
Oh,
Jammy Dodgers from weird and wonderful places, I would imagine.
This is honestly, this is enlightening. I never realised there were that many designs on the top of a Jammy Dodger. Who knew? Google Jammy Dodger.
brilliant. Okay, let's have a look at the leaderboard then. Rob
Steve
Darby.
Keys back in the game.
I think I might have to screenshot that.
Oh,
I think
Dan.
I'm going to have to screenshot that.
That's got to be clipped.
Well, absolutely class. 3 in a row. Steve Keen's mum is back in the game, which is great to hear. I hope you're okay.
Wow.
Everything about that orange box is brilliant. Three in a row, thinking kick game.
Oh, God.
I've gone.
Yeah, 3 hours 40. Not jot it down. Remember where you were. That is class. Oh God. Right, let's.
What an amazing year it's been for the channel. We just want to start tonight by thanking everybody involved in making this year possible.
It was all rounded off with our silver award at the FCAs in London back in October, a fantastic achievement for the page.
Tonight, though, it's all about raising money and awareness for the Sporting Memories Foundation.
We're hoping to raise as much money as possible, and throughout the night you'll be hearing about our efforts from our very special guests.
We've got loads to come this evening, but we know that not everybody will be able to stick around for the whole show. So here's just a short rundown of the evening with some rough timings.
So, without further ado, let's hear from some of our very special guests.
Hi everybody, it's Mick Rathbone, proud to work for Salford City now, one of my many clubs. Happy Christmas to everybody. Please get yourselves across to rcdonate.com and let's raise some money. Okay, have a happy Christmas, Merry New Year. Bye.
Hi everyone, it's Simon Garner here, wishing you all a Merry Christmas. Head to rcdonate.com to donate tonight and help raise as much money as possible. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi everyone, it's Hayden Carter. I'm just wishing you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if possible, please head over to www.rcdonate.com to help raise as much money as possible tonight.
Hey everyone, it's Colin Hendry. Wishing everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Please head to rcdonate.com to donate tonight. Help raise as much as possible. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi everybody, David Mayer, ex-Manchester United, ex-Blackburn Rovers. I hope you're all having a wonderful Christmas. But please take time to head over to rcdonate.com and donate as much money as you can. It's for a fantastic cause. Have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good luck.
Hi Rovers fans, Jan-Paul van Eck here. I hope you have a great festive period of time with your family. And please donate something tonight for the Sporting Memories Foundation. And I hope you have a good Christmas and a Happy New Year. Cheers, Jan-Paul van Eck.
Hi everyone, Don Mackay here. Wishing you all a Merry Christmas. Head over to rcdonate.com to donate tonight and help raise as much money as possible. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Hello everyone, it's David Thompson here, wishing you all a Merry Christmas, and I'm asking you to head over to rcdonate.com. We're trying to raise as much money as possible for the Sporting Memories Foundation, and we all know it's a good cause. It's a cause close to many of the Rovers fans' hearts. So let's try and raise as much as possible for a great foundation, and all have a Merry Christmas. Lots of love, David Thompson.
Hello there, just me, Chris Sutton, wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope you have a great evening tonight. Just a quick bit of memorabilia. That was the jersey which I wore when Rovers won the Premier League. Great memories of that, but it's important we raise as much funds as possible, and if you wish to donate, I think the website is www.rcdonate.com. Let's raise as much money as possible this evening. Have a good one. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi everybody, my name's Simon Barker, from the 1980s Blackburn Rovers player. please head over to rcdonate.com and donate as much money as you possibly can towards sporting memories. Wish everybody a happy Christmas and a very good New Year. All the very best.
We'll have 3 quizzes for you to take part in tonight, and our first quiz is coming in just a moment's time.
So for every £1 donated to Sporting Memories tonight, we'll earn you 1 raffle ticket in our prize draw. And the winner of our quizzes will be playing for lots of raffle tickets too.
Yes, head to kahoot.it now and enter the code that should be scrolling along the bottom of the page, and I think it is. We've got half-season tickets, signed shirts, and plenty of vouchers to be won, so make sure you take part.
So let's cross over live to Ryan Hildren, who will be taking you through the first quiz of the evening.
Hello, Rovers fans. Here we are, live. Quiz number 1, and you can see I've got Jared from across the pond, otherwise known as Forest City Trivia. How you doing, Jared?
Great, man. I drank way too much coffee. I'm jittery. My armpits are sweaty. I'm ready to lose at trivia.
Well, I can see everyone is piling into the Kahoot. I can see 31 people in already, which is great. There we go. My screen is being shared right there. So if you've not joined the Kahoot, just a reminder of that code. It's 712 space 9370 kahoot.it to get yourself in the quiz. I will leave it a couple of minutes. I'll let things slow down, and then we will get cracking with this. And got to say, these quizzes, well, the first 2 that I'm presenting, big thank you to Andy Watson, who's part of the Rovers Chat team, who's developed these quizzes for us. I just get the easy part of reading the questions out. Andy's done all of the research and all the due diligence on them. So thank you to Andy for that. So whilst everyone's joining, Jared, I'll just ask you, mate, what's your plans for Christmas? How are you going to be spending it over there?
Thanks. I'm actually out of state right now, visiting some family in upstate New York. And it's cold and wonderful, and the baby gets some time with cousins and stuff like that. So, it's everything you want out of the holidays. It's just being together and cuddling up, you know what I mean? So I'm super excited. I'm also playing in this Kahoot quiz because I have not seen the questions or answers, and I'm going to do so bad, Ryan. It's going to be great how bad I'm going to do. Everyone in here is going to feel much better about themselves after seeing my score.
So Jared is our baseline tonight. So if you're scoring lower than Jared, then you all need to hang your head in shame. So what's your name on this, just so that we can look out for you, Jared? I've not spotted you yet. Where are you?
My name is Jared.
Jared.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. I can see Jared next to Balaji Rao. You never thought you'd be said that you're next to Balaji Rao just there. So there you are, Jared. Looking at some of the names as well. We've got Chris Samba in the house. Seca Diaz. What a name. I hope that is the real Jonathan Seca. We've got Glenn's mum, which I think is the real Glenn's mum, just not someone taking the mick. I think that actually is Glenn's mum. So welcome to Glenn's mum. Ollie Walker Peel's in there, and we've got names like Naive Steve, Dizzy Thumbs, the regulars on our shows. Good to see all the faces on there. So we're at 50, so that is really, really good. So I'm going to give you, what shall I give you? A 2-minute warning. So when it gets to quarter past, well, it's 1 minute warning now because it's just ticked over to 1914. So when it gets to 1915, we're going to start. And this first quiz, everyone, is all about Academy, the Rovers Academy. So all these questions are about people that have been through that academy at Rovers and played for us. And Andy's done a great job of finding some questions for us. So we will get started in a moment. Just a reminder on the prizes, it is 10 raffle ticket entries to the winner, 5 for second place and 3 to third place. So please, please, please don't cheat, people. It's Christmas. This is all for a good cause. Let's play it in the spirit as is intended. So there's plenty of ways to win the prizes. Just go to www.rcdonate.com. You don't have to cheat. Just make a donation on the website and karma will look after you. You'll win the prize by being fair, not by cheating on this quiz. So there we go. Right, we've
Ryan, I also see I'm sorry, Ryan. I see a Jared 2.0 in here. I'm wondering right now if his pits are as sweaty as mine. I really want to know this, Jared 2.0, whoever you are.
Well, it's funny you talk about sweaty because Steve here, look, Ryan's fresh out of his hot tub. So I wish, Steve. I really do wish. So let's get started with this quiz. So different to quizzes that we've done previously, those of you that have done them on Kahoot with us before, you should be able to follow the questions and answers on your smartphones and things as well. So this should all go okay. So let's get cracking.
That's right. There's going to be 20. That's right. 20 questions for this first quiz, right, Ryan?
20 questions. That's right. Multiple choice for everyone. So if you don't know, have a little stab in the dark. So the first one, which Welshman scored his only Rovers goal in the 2000-2001 season? Burton O'Brien, Gavin Gunning, James Thomas, or John O'Sullivan? I'm not going to ask you to say what you've said, Jared. We'll come to that. We'll let it run on so that people don't hear from you. Oh, the answers are flying in, which is good.
Yeah, I'll submit my answers and then explain my logic afterward. I think that'll be the better approach so I don't throw anybody off.
There we go. Everyone's in. So the correct answer was James Thomas. Remember him. And 23 of you got that correct. So well done if you did. Let's see who is taking an early lead. It's Adam M 1984, 1 point ahead of Arturo Vidal. We've got Chile in the house here, Jared.
Vamos Chile! ¿Qué pasó, Arturo?
Vamos Chile. There we are. So let's move on.
Yeah. So it is speed is a factor, correct, Ryan? Quicker you get it in, the more points you get.
Speed is a factor. The quicker you answer, the more points you get if you get the correct answer. So question 2: who scored their only Rovers goal in the successful Worthington Cup run? Darren Dunning, Alan Judge, Ben Burgess, or Jay McEverley? Oh, this is a good blast from the past. Andy Watson, you've done yourself proud here, mate.
Yeah, Andy, it's impressive. I know none of these names. Great job. Great job, Andy. By the way, for the first question, I put John O'Sullivan because that sounds like an old-timey boxer. So I just like the name. That's why I went with O'Sullivan. That was my logic behind O'Sullivan. This guy feels like a bare-fisted boxer.
So we've got a few answers coming in. I'm going to skip us on in a moment. I'm not going to give them the full 90 seconds. We don't want any cheaters in the house. So I'm going to move us on. If you've not answered, you've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go.
Click.
Darren Dunning was the correct answer. Mick Knowles in the comments. I could see you trying to throw everyone off the scent with Ben Burgess. The answer is Darren Dunning. So let's see what that does to the scores. Oh, Adam, you're still there. Arturo Vidal is also still up there with you. Michael Pearson, Dave B, and A. Dryden making a move into that top 5. So well done to all of you who've got that right.
Yeah, I'm in last with 0, just if anybody was wondering where I'm at right now. Dead last is where I'm at.
Question 3. Which opposition manager had their debut on the same day that James Beattie debuted for Rovers in 1996? Was that Gerard Houllier, Sir Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, or Bruce Rioch? I think this is possibly one of the easier ones of this evening. I think most people should be able to guess who that one is.
Yeah. I hope I get this one. This feels like one that I should get. We'll find out in a second here. I'm waiting with bated breath, just like everyone else. Again, there's about 90 seconds per question. We might shorten that a little bit, but Ryan will always give you a warning. So the sooner you get it in, the more points you get.
I might not give you a warning. Depends how festive I'm feeling. Yeah.
You're so Grinch right now, Ryan.
I'm not.
You got to get your heart to go 3 sizes.
Right, 5-second warning. I'm going to let this go down to 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The answer. Please tell me you put Arsene Wenger, Jared. Yes, he did.
I did.
He's got his first one on the board. I'm very interested in 4 people that put Sir Alex Ferguson for 1996. I must admit, the other 2 you could probably make an exception for, but
yeah.
Arsene Wenger.
Ryan, I might have convinced some of my American friends to watch, and that could be them because they just would know that one name, right? So that would be maybe those 4 you could wager might be Americans. Who knows?
I've been drawn to a couple of comments from Andy here. So anyone who listened to the James Beattie podcast would get this. So go and check that out. And Andy's asking, was anyone in the stadium? Because Andy was. Was anyone else there? So there we are.
Ooh, good question, Andy.
More chance of Vince Grella being fit for the next game than me getting one of these questions right. Love that, Steve. So let's see what that did to the scores, though. Adam holding on to that lead. Good on you, Adam. Dave B making a move up, as is A. Dryden. And yeah, the top 5 is looking a bit locked down. It is. It's looking pretty solid at the moment. So let's move on to question 4. What country did Jason Wilcox make his England debut against? Austria, Hong Kong, Hungary, or Chile?
Vamos, Chile. All right. My guess is in, and it is a total guess, by the way.
Mr. Echo is in 34th place. There is time for a comeback, Mr. Echo. If you get those multipliers on your scores, trust me, you can rise up that leaderboard. What place are you, Jared?
Does it say somewhere?
Have a look on the next question. It'll tell you roughly. It'll tell you who you're behind, I think.
Yeah. I know him near the bottom. Yeah. Mr. Echo also, I think, in the States. I don't know if he's from the States, but in the States for sure. He's one of the great viewers on our watch-alongs on Saturdays.
So everyone answered. The majority going for Hungary, which was the correct answer. 29, 19 people went for Austria, and then 6 for Hong Kong and Chile. So Hungary was the correct answer. Let's have a look at the leaderboard. Oh, Adam got that one wrong. A. Dryden snatching the lead. Michael Pearson moving into 2nd place as well. And Right Good Go is into the top 5. Come on, Right Good Go. There we are.
I just picked Chile because I like Chile. Chacareros, you know. I picked it based off food.
Who doesn't like Chile at the moment? So there we are.
Yeah.
Question 5. How many Academy graduates ended the 4-3 victory against Reading at Ewood Park in July 2020? Was it 7? Was it 5? Was it 4? Or was it 6? And what I need to do here is load up the questions that Andy sent me earlier, just so I can tell everyone who they were. So bear with me as I'm not looking at the screen.
My guess is in.
Oh, it's locked in. Are you feeling confident with that one, Jared? Confident?
Yeah. My logic is I picked the jersey number of an NBA basketball player, long retired, that I enjoy. That was my logic for this one.
Oh.
The magic. It's like how the sausage is made. Yeah. This is very much how the sausage is made. And by sausage, I mean how my brain works. My brain is made of sausage, Ryan, is what I'm telling everyone.
Is that an American saying? It's how the sausage is made.
Yeah, like a peek behind the curtain, right? That's it's same slang, kind of.
So the answer was 7, a spread of answers there. So just to read out who they were, it was Ryan Niambi, Darragh Lenihan, Hayden Carter, Joe Rankin Costello, Lewis Travis, John Buckley, and Jack Vale are the 7 who did appear. Nice. So let's see what that did to the leaderboard. A. Dryden holding on, Ben Brereton Diaz, FC, moving into 2nd place, and Zubs into the top 5 as well. So we lost Adam from the top 5. Hopefully he can get himself back in there.
I'm 50th, in case you were wondering, Ryan.
I keep forgetting 50th. To ask you where you are. You are our baseline. So Rovers fan page, you know, in 45th place here. Jared is still beneath you, so keep it that way.
Yeah, you're good. No worries.
So the next question. Through his career, how many major international finals tournaments did Damien Duff go to? And by that, we mean the Euros or World Cups. So is it 3, is it 1, is it 2, or is it 4?
Oh, Euros or World Cups. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. We'll see. We'll see.
I didn't spot that Balaji Rao was the highest climber, Andy. That's class. Big thank you to everyone for joining us tonight. Can see we've got a lot of viewers, so thank you. If you've not donated, please do. I'm going to be doing my donation during this quiz at some point, Jared. I did mention on the John Buckley podcast that if we got to 100 likes on that video, that I would double my donation. So I was waiting for tonight to do it. So I said 20 quid on the podcast. I'll be doing 40 quid tonight. So I will do that whilst we're doing this first quiz.
I enjoy degenerate gambling too, so I'll have to. If here's the thing, if I beat someone, I will double my donation too. If I don't come in last, and I'm trying, folks, I'm trying very hard right now to not be last.
So the answer for this one is 2, and it's the World Cup in 2002 and Euro 2012 that Damien Duff went to. So let's see what that did to the leaderboard. A. Dryden is on a hot streak, 6 correct answers in a row. A. Dryden, love that. You're like Rovers in March of this championship season. Absolutely clear at the top. Byram Oates, good to see you in the top 5, Byram. And Jared 2.0 has made a move.
How dare he?
My money.
How dare the superior Jared? By the way, Ryan, do you know how many?
I'm telling you that.
Oh,
is
is
Chris
it?
Hayes.
Of course it is.
I
Of
bet
course
it's
it
Chris
is.
Hayes that.
Do you know how many players are total playing right now, Brian?
I think it's 60 odd. So we'll just move on to question 7, and I'll just check. Which club did Damien Johnson captain in the Premier League? Wigan, Birmingham, Leeds, or West Brom? Yeah, can I see how many are playing? I need someone who's got more common sense than I have to actually check where I can see. But the answers are flying in. We've got 60 odd people, I think, playing, Jared. So
Okay, good. So I'm not in last. Wow. Okay.
Well, Mr. Echo
Feel a little better now.
I'm 4 points behind Jared.
In your face.
I've got to say, Jared, as well, that beard again, you are rocking a good beard tonight.
Hey, people, anybody can do it. All you need is $18 and an Amazon account. That's it. Just one, get the blue, get the white, bing, bing, bam. Do your eyebrows, do whatever. I recommend doing it this year, though. It seems to be helping. I'm superstitious. It seems to be helping the Rovers winning streak. So it's not changing anytime soon.
Oh, fantastic. So I will skip this one on now. We've had 60 answers. It stayed there. The answer, Birmingham City. This is probably the one that most people have got right this evening. So let's see what that does to the scores. A. Dryden staying there. Daniel Seaward, I can see at the bottom is the highest climber. I can see that now, Andy, where it tells us. Salgado, whoa, Salgado, whoa, is into the top 5. BBDFC, Michael Pearson and Arturo Vidal making up the top 5. So competition is stiff in this game. Good to see. Question 8. Which Rovers Academy graduate has 2 Premier League medals and a Champions League winners medal in his trophy cabinet? Is it Ian Pearce, Alan Shearer, Graham Lasso, or David May?
Woo. Okay.
I've deliberately waited till a lot of people have answered. We may have seen a video from him this evening.
Oh, is that a clue?
Oh, it could be.
Okay, here's my clue. I just picked which color I like the most. That's my big clue for this one. I went just off aesthetics, pure aesthetics.
I know we had 60 answers last time, so when that ticks to 60, there we go. I'm going to move it on. Oh, 61.
Okay, good. Yeah, there's 62. Get him in now.
We'll run it 5 more seconds.
Like it.
There we are. The answer, David May. Did you spot the video? Did you go for David May, Jared?
No, I went for Graham Lasso because I really like his last name, and I think that's supposed to be the color orange. And I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, unfortunately. So, yeah, I didn't get that one either. I'm in 60th. I'm dropping.
You're in 60th. Well, Dizzy, at least Jared is beneath you. So
I'm sinking down the rankings.
Naive Steve's got a bit of a dare for you to walk through Burnley Town Centre with that beard. Would you do it?
Of course. I'm coming to England next year. If you don't think I'm gonna walk everywhere with this beard, you're mistaken, Steve, because I will.
A. Dryden has got an answer streak of 8, so absolutely solidifying at the top there. Adam's back into the top 5. Good to see you again, Adam. And right good go. And Salgado, whoa, that's how that name has to be said every time I say it now.
I love it.
And Michael Pearson in that top 5. So, it's good, this. Question 9. Lewis Travis made his league debut against which team? MK Dons, Plymouth Argyle, Shrewsbury Town, or Wigan Athletic? See, if I was playing along with this quiz, the only thing I can ever remember about Lewis Travis in that season is that tackle away at Portsmouth. What a tackle. Can still hear the thud of his boot on that guy's shin.
Yeah. I was always a shithouser too. Can I say that on a charity stream?
You can. It's Christmas. That's what we'll say.
Okay. So I relate to Trav because that was my game too growing up. It was the same style. So yeah, love Trav. Love Trav. 57 answers in now. 60. We'll give right. You want to give him like a 5-second, right? Every time? What are you thinking?
You know what? I'm gonna oh, everyone's answered. There we go. I was just about to skip it. Shrewsbury Town, and it was in that 3-1 game, which was one of our most important games of that season. Lewis Travis came on in that game. It was the game where we had Bennett and Smallwood in centre mid. And we did a really good job against Shrewsbury. And I thought that really set us on our way after that point. And we got some good momentum after beating them. So let's see what that does to the leaderboard. 7 players have just hit an answer streak 3. So that's good. Chris, 88 into the top 5. And then right good go, A. Dryden, Michael Pearson and Salgado. Whoa! Still in the top 5.
I love it.
10 questions to go, or 11 questions to go. Question 10, which Rovers Academy graduate won the League One title in 2016-17 and went on to play in the Premier League 2 seasons later? Your man John O'Sullivan's back, Jared. Jack O'Connell.
I know.
Anthony O'Connor or Jan Songo.
I want to be loyal to John O'Sullivan because I'm pretty sure that is a legit bare knuckle boxing champion from back in the day. But I didn't. Yeah, I'll reveal what I did. But I'm pretty sure O'Sullivan's a former heavyweight champ.
And
pretty sure.
Mr. Echo said earlier, didn't he, that you were down low. Look, Daniel just shows you he's gone from 6th to 53rd. So that shows you just how much people can move in this quiz. So keep going.
Thank you, Daniel Davies. You are making me feel slightly better, and I do appreciate that. 64 answers in now.
And Duncan, just to answer this before I just go, so the answer is Jack O'Connell. We'll come on to that in a moment. Duncan, there is more quizzes later. I think there's one at 8:15. And Jared, what time's your quiz after the second quiz?
Yeah, a little later too. I think right in that 9 o'clock hour.
So there's more
time zones. Yeah. There's 2 more, Duncan, for sure. You don't need to be in all of them, right? There's first, second, and third pays out for all 3, so it's not cumulative.
Absolutely right. So the answer was Jack O'Connell for Sheffield United. That's where he won that League One title. So let's see what that does to the leaderboard. Oh, the schedule. There we go. There's the quizzes. 8:10 roughly for the second fan quiz. 9:25 for the third fan quiz. Thank you for Dan, the man behind the scenes, who just popped that up for us. No movement in the top 5. Everyone's locked in. But up 6 places is Blackburn N1 Fan, the highest climber. Good on you.
Nice.
Let's keep moving.
Well
Getting
played.
towards the business end of this quiz. Which of these academy graduates went on to play for Burnley? Can't believe we just said that. William Tomlinson, Alan Judge, Keith Treacy, or Alex Marrow? Right, I'm going to do my donation now. Here we go. So, £40. I've gone on to www.rcdonate.com.
Yep. Big giant button. Can't miss it. Donating has never been easier. 63 answers in. I'm in 60th place, by the way.
Oof.
Yeah. It's about where I thought I'd be.
Right, here
we'll find out. 64 answers are in. So I think that's all of them. I think we have 64 playing.
64 in. I'm going to have to do this in 2 parts. The answer is Keith Treacy. 41 of you went correct with that. Let's see what that does to the leaderboard. A. Dryden. I think the gap's closing. Michael Pearson is closing in on you, putting the pressure on. But the top
nice
5.
Job, Pearson.
The top 5 are there to stay. They are not budging. And Gary Henderson has the highest answer streak with 6. Well done, Gary.
Yeah, good job, Gary.
It's question 12. Who only featured for Rovers in the Charity Shield, never in the league, and went on to score 170 career league goals? What a question. Mark Atkins, Peter Thorne, Paul Gallagher, or Matt Derbyshire? Right, let's get this donation going. So,
Yeah, by the way, I think I'm very confident I know that it's not one of those names. So this is 25% confidence, which would be the most confidence I've had in any question pretty much thus far, other than the Wenger question. So I'm pretty sure I know who it's not. And I really hope I'm correct, Ryan, and I'm not embarrassing myself. We'll see. We'll see. We just talked about him in the watch along last Saturday, so we'll see. Thanks again for everybody for tuning in, by the way. You're all fantastic. And if you haven't, hey, do you like trivia? You should like the channel right now. Hit the subscribe and notification thingy. You hit all those buttons while you're waiting and feeling good about your score. Right?
Absolutely. So I'm going to click continue on this and I will end that. The answer, Peter Thorne. So what did you go for, Jared?
I knew it wasn't Derbyshire because I love him. But I foolishly went for Paul Gallagher. I don't know. But right, I'm only at 61st. There are 3 people below me. Right.
61st. Name yourselves in the comments if you are below Jared. Rovers fan page. Here we go. Here's a wave for you. There we are. And yeah, let us know if you're below Jared. But yeah, the top 5 locking themselves in. Right good go, and Adam making a move upwards. And Cy Slater also making a comeback with 3 in a row. Good on you, Cy. Let's move on to question 13. Who did Shay Given make the most league appearances for in his illustrious career? Was it Newcastle?
I answered right away.
Was it Rovers? Was it Villa? Or was it Manchester City? Right.
I answered right away, Ryan. I went with my gut. I used the force. I went right away on this one. I felt like I knew it before I saw him, too. It was the name that flashed into my mind, so I went with that one. So pretty excited here. This is the most exciting question for me right now. 62 answers in, so waiting on 2, waiting on 1 more player.
Are you feeling confident? Newcastle. Yes. Did you do it? Jared. Yes, Jared. He's done it. Newcastle. That is most certainly the most popular answer this evening. Most people knowing that Shay Given made the most appearances for Newcastle. And unsurprisingly, the top 5 are unbudged. They're saying, got to do better than that, everyone else. So we need better questions if you're going to take the top 5 off their throne. Although Gary Henderson, answer streak of 8, could be seeing Gary in that top 5 soon, I think. So the pressure's being
scary, Gary. Yeah.
Which former Rovers Academy graduate now manages in League One? Liam Manning, Liam Richardson, Ben Garner, or Paul Warne? What a question.
Sometimes it's just about the sound of the name. You know what I mean? Not how you're pronouncing it, just like how the name sounds to me. That's what I go off of. It's just how it feels in my ears sometimes. You just got to go off ear feel.
What if I just said Liam Richardson rather than Liam Richardson?
Yeah, I definitely would not have picked him because I would say I don't like the name Liam. I'm gonna be honest. Don't name your child Liam or Leek. Lee, just don't put any consonants on the end of that. Lee is fine. You don't need to add anything onto a Lee. It was Liam.
The answer was Liam Richardson. Oh dear. Let's see what that does to the leaderboard. The top 5. Wow, they are unmoved.
Unmoved. I'm in 57th, up to 57th place.
Jared's logic. Do not follow Jared's logic. Look where he is in that leaderboard. Wowzers.
Yeah.
And tough round. 7 players lost their answer streak in that one. So tough crowd there. There we are.
Okay.
Move on to question 15. We are getting towards, this is like April, May time in a season where you're getting excited. Can you do it? Who had this career? Rovers, then on to Olympiacos, then on to Nottingham Forest, then to Rotherham, then to Ammonia, to MacArthur, and to AEK Larnaca. Was that Matt
Ryan, I was clicking on the screen like a schmuck. I wasn't clicking on my phone. I was like, I know it. And I'm pressing the screen with my mouse instead of answering on my phone. So I might have lost some points there.
Matt Derbyshire, Neil Dans, Jay McEvely, Alex Marrow. I think most people are going to get this right. I really do. I'm feeling 59 people might get this right. That's what I'm feeling.
Gotcha. We'll also recap the schedule right after this.
What an absolute stab in the dark.
I got it, and I was clicking. I should get more points. I knew it. I was sitting there smashing Derbyshire's name, and nothing was happening. Ugh.
And Steve, you're right to point out, and Great Harwood Town. Yes, of course. There we are.
Yeah, we do have a video from Derbyshire too. The legend, right, Ryan?
We
He
do.
did a video for us as well.
Here it comes.
Hi Rovers fans, hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good Christmas with your friends and your family. If you could spare some change for the charity tonight, that would be amazing. Good luck to Blackburn Rovers this season. I hope they do amazingly well. Have a good Christmas, and I wish you very well. Bye bye.
Nice.
Love that. Absolutely
Yeah.
love that. The top 5, they're not budging, are they? Dryden, you have been there for a long time, but Gary Henderson, a lot of players lost their streak. He's still in there with an answer streak of 10.
10.
So,
Gary,
madness,
the legend. Yeah, good job, Gary.
Madness. Question 16. Squeaky bum time, officially. Which of these academy graduates has earned the highest number of international caps? Is it Neil Dans, Grant Hanley, James Beattie, or Adam Henley?
Ooh.
You must know, Jared, you must know this. Come on. You must do.
I don't know anything, Ryan. I'm a filthy casual. You know what I know? I love Rovers. I love them. You know how hard it was to watch Rovers games in like 2011 in America before like streaming rights? Like there were no games. I had to go deep into the dark web to illegally stream them, and they'd be like this big and pixelated. I'd watch a game about that big. That was my Rovers experience for years. That was how I would find the games.
Like they were filmed on a potato or something.
Yeah, I used to film them on a VHS cassette tape and then rewatch them. I used to record them and rewatch them. That's how my struggle's been for watching Rovers back in the day. Okay, I felt like I got this one in fast though. I was confident.
The answer, Grant Hanley. It had to be Grant Hanley, didn't it? Had to be on that one. So let's see what that did to the leaderboard. Oh, the top 5. Come on. 7 players just hit an answer streak of 7, though. Be interested to see if Gary Henderson has still got his. Let's move on to question 17. David Dunn made his league debut for the first time at Rovers under which manager? Was that Graham Souness, Roy Hodgson, Brian Kidd, or Tony Parks? I just need to get my wallet to make this donation. Jared, you've got the floor.
Okay. Ryan's going to get his wallet. He doesn't have any money. Who's he kidding? He's going to open it up. It's going to be like a moth crawls out. It doesn't even fly out. It's just like a moth, a sad, emaciated, malnourished moth comes crawling out of his wallet.
I can hear you, I can hear you.
Oh, you could hear me. I'm sorry. I thought you were maybe out of the room.
Roy Hodgson is the correct answer. A spread of answers there that might have wiped out some answer streaks. What did you do on that one, Jared?
I went with Graham as well. I went with what the majority went with. That has to be the most dispersal, though, out of any question. That was pretty even across the board.
Dryden
get that wrong?
Oh, he's held that lead for so long. Michael Pearson snatching it. Look how close they are, though. There is not much in that, is there? So it could still change, but it looks like it's a 2-horse race for the title between Michael Pearson and Dryden. Adam and Salgado, whoa, is still there. And Super Atco moving in. Super Atco.
Way to crawl in there, Atco.
Question 18. Which of these academy graduates made the most league appearances for Rovers so far? Jason Wilcox, David May, Darragh Lenihan, David Dunn. Can I just say, by the way, absolutely love Darragh Lenihan this season.
Yeah.
Love him.
Sometimes I'm watching him play and I'm like, is he playing FIFA on amateur mode? Like, how is he just moving people out of the way and heading every ball? Like, it has been an incredible run from him. Do you think that's because of the 3 at the back shift? Do you think that's had a direct impact on what he's
allows
doing?
him to drift forward a little bit? So that pass that he did for Kadra on Saturday, for example, he could get into that space to then thread that pass through. So I do think that formation helps him do some of that, but he's rolled his sleeves up this season. I think he's been excellent all season, actually. I think it definitely helps if he's got a good partner beside him. So Ayala earlier on, and then obviously two other, Wharton and Van Hecker more recently. I do think that helps him, but he's been magnificent. Loving his performances this season.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I've crawled up to 56th place, Ryan.
Oh, David Dunn was the correct answer. I think, again, maybe as close between Lenihan and David Dunn in terms of appearances, but David Dunn was the right answer, and that's how people thought. Let's see what that does. Oh, Adrian and Michael Pearson, they're so close. Gary Henderson, we thought he'd make that move into the top 5. He has.
There it is.
I think 3rd place is up for grabs, Gary, if you keep going the way that you are going. So let's go. Question 19. Which of these academy graduates earned Rovers the biggest fee? James Beattie, Shay Given, David Raya, or Jason Wilcox?
Ooh, I do not know this one. I honestly would have, if you would have asked this without multiple choice, I might have said Phil Jones. That's how little. I mean, he's got to be up there.
He'll be the all-time one, maybe, won't he?
Yeah.
Or Damien Duff, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of this question, with those 4 answers, James Beattie, Shay Given, David Raya, or Jason Wilcox. Oh, only 5 people went for Jason Wilcox. And I need to bring up Andy Watson's notes here because obviously a lot of people have gone for the wrong answer there. Let's go back to it. Jason Wilcox went for 4 million when he left Rovers. David Raya was 3 million, which obviously a lot of people have gone for. James Beattie actually went for 1 million and Shay Given went for nothing. So only 5 people got that. This is going to devastate. I'm expecting carnage right now.
Yeah.
Let me click next. Let's see what happens.
And there's one question left, right? And then we're going back to Glenn and Joe in the studio right after this final question. Pearson at the top. Ooh.
Here we go.
All right.
Luck. Good luck to those of you at the top. Who does this career path relate to? Rovers, Leeds, Swindon, Brentford, Ipswich Town. Is that Peter Thorne, Alan Judge, Martin Taylor, or Jonathan Douglas? So, see what happens.
Okay.
Right,
I went with the name.
Finally, click donate on this. Right.
Good job, Ryan. Thank you for your generosity.
I said I'd do it. So
yeah,
let's get
put
it
your
in
money
there.
where your mouth is, man. I love it. All right, I got my answer in. I feel like there's no way I could finish in last, so this is a huge victory for me today. Huge.
So we've got 66 answers in. I'm just waiting for the Just Giving page to also confirm. One-time passcode, security and all of that. Let's see if I can multitask. So the answer there was Jonathan Douglas. Let's put me one-time passcode in. Who says men can't multitask?
It's trivia, but it's also Ryan figuring out how to work the internet. It's a dual show. I'm failing at trivia. You're failing at pressing buttons. It's perfect. It's perfect sauce on the. It's perfect gravy.
Here we go. So that was question 20. Good luck to all of you. In particular, obviously, Michael and A. Dryden, who are at the top. Let's see what that has done. Here is the podium. Third place.
Final.
Adam, you snuck back into the top 3.
Great play, Adam. Dryden was second.
And it looks like it's going to be Michael Pearson. Let's just remind you of the prizes. So, Adam, you get 3 raffle ticket entries. Adam M1984. Can you just send a DM to the Rovers Chat Twitter account and we'll make sure we get that logged for you. A. Dryden, the same. You get 5 for second place. And then Michael Pearson, regular on our streams. You get 10 raffle ticket entries there, Michael. Brilliant work, Michael. Absolutely fantastic there. So that's quiz number 1 over the way. Jared, you're going to be joining again for quiz number 2, aren't you? And setting that baseline for everyone. So I'm going to hand back to Joe and Glenn over at the Avenue. I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. And yeah, thank you.
56th place, I'll take it.
Okay, slight technical issue there, but we are here. Thank you very much, Ryan and Jared, for taking us through that quiz. Congratulations to our winners from the first quiz. We'll have 2 more later on in the show, so there's plenty more chances to win. 10 raffle tickets there for the winner, 5 for the second, and 3 for third place. So well done, everybody.
Joe, shall we hear from some more of our special guests?
I think it's time, isn't it?
Hi there, everyone. It's Derek Fazackley, wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. Hope you'll join me tonight in supporting the Sporting Memories Foundation by making a small donation to rcdonate.com. Thank you all very much. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year. Bye for now.
Hi everyone, it's Ben Brayton here. Wish you all a Merry Christmas. If you can please head to www.rcdonate.com to donate and help us raise as much money as possible for the Sporting Memories Foundation. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks, guys.
It's not me.
Hey everyone, it's Alan Shearer here. Just wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. Head to www.rcdonate.com to donate tonight and help raise as much as possible. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. All the best. Cheers.
I'd just like to wish all Blackburn Rovers fans a Merry Christmas, and on Wednesday the 22nd of December there's a live charity event on social media, and if you feel you can, please donate to the Sporting Memories Foundation, a fantastic cause. Just go to rcdonate.com. But listen, thank you so much, all Blackburn Rovers fans. Have a great Christmas.
Hi Rovers fans, it's Joe Nolan here. I hope you're all having a great Christmas. Please donate whatever you can for a great cause tonight. Enjoy the festive period and have a Happy New Year.
Hey Rovers fans, Jay Haddo here. Hope you're all having a great Christmas with your families. Please donate whatever you can tonight for a great cause. Have a good Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you to everybody who's donated so far. Across all the different ways to donate, we've now raised over £700, and we couldn't be more grateful.
So if you do want to donate, use YouTube Super Chat or head to rcdonate.com. You best get that right. That's rcdonate.com. Anything you could spare would be absolutely fantastic and much appreciated.
Absolutely. Let's take a look now at Rovers' season so far with Glenn here, Rovers Chat's Tom Schofield, as well as Ian Herbert from BRFCS. Glenn, you better get running because this segment is definitely live.
Hi guys, the show's going great so far. I'm here with our very own Glenn Entwistle, as well as a very special guest from BRFCS in Ian Herbert. Ian, I'll come to you. Just how are you doing?
Super, thank you. Yeah, looking forward to Christmas, I have to say. Looking forward to seeing some football. Whether we will get the chance is a moot point. Maybe we'll end up talking about that shortly. But at least we've got Boxing Day on TV. If it all goes wrong with Boris and Downing Street in the next 24, 48 hours. But yeah, all good. Thanks, Tom.
There is that, and obviously Sky Sports Leeds is going to become Sky Sports Blackburn with our incredible run of form. TV galore, hopefully, if we can't make it to the games. When I was first asked to do this, basically by Joe, we just beat Stoke 1-0 and seemed to be bouncing back rather well after the 7-0 batter in the hands of Full we won't. It has gone from strength to strength since, and this is more just a conversation between us about how the season's been so far. And immediately, Ian, I'm going to come to you. Just sum up the season so far, because it's been bizarre, I think.
I think that's a pretty good adjective. Crikey. Unexpected. Completely. I've been taken by surprise. After we'd had that dodgy bit of run in September and October, it felt like, it's our favourite Rovers are back now. You know, they're playing all the greatest hits. And here we go again. It's another season of mediocrity and all that sort of stuff. Then, of course, the Fulham match, and I'm sure we'll talk about that in a bit more detail later on. But the bounce back, character forming is probably, and we find ourselves in unprecedented heights since we're relegated. Yeah, the last time we're up at this end of the division for any length of time was under Souness. So absolutely fantastic to watch, and I'm utterly delighted that we're up there. But I'm gobsmacked without putting too fine a point on it.
I don't think you're alone, to be honest with me, gobsmacked. And Glenn, I'll come to you and ask you the same question. If you can add anything to what Ian just said, just sum up quite how this season's panned out so far.
Yeah, I think like even at the start of the season, I think most of the chat from the majority of fans was it's going to be a tough season. We're going to be kind of looking at mid-table at best, perhaps, and kind of promotion top 6 was kind of a bit of a pipe dream, really. And we had a decent start, and then there's the 2 games where we dropped points from kind of leading positions against Coventry and Luton, and you kind of, like you say, it's same old Rovers, we're managing to throw points away. But then just looking at kind of the results since then, and some fantastic results in there. You kind of look back and think where we are now in the position of the table. You've got the Luton game, you've got the Coventry game, you've then got Blackpool and Huddersfield, and you think, wow, I'm absolutely over the moon with where we are, but we could have been higher up. Like the performances, and I'm sure we'll come on to it with the Fulham game, just the response to that in terms of just kind of, right, yep, that's gone, next game. That is exactly kind of the mentality you need. It's exciting. I said in the post-match review on Saturday on Rovers Chat was just general. I'm trying not to get carried away with this, but it's really difficult with the performances. And I like to keep my feet on the ground, but you just get swept up in it a little bit, don't you? And it's brilliant. I love it. It's kind of takes me back to, like you said, the Souness days. It's good.
They're sucking us in. That's the thing. They're sucking us in. They're just sort of luring us into this sort of like, come on, guys, it's going to be okay this season. Really? Yeah, come on.
I have a phrase I like to use, and it's we're all being Mowbrayed. He's kind of got us all going now. We've all been Mowbrayed.
It would be the most astonishing case of Mowbraying we ever had. We've had good runs before, but never 5 wins in a row with 5 clean sheets, I don't think, in the Championship for quite some time. Just a quick one. You mentioned about how the bounce back has been phenomenal. And we don't want to do this, and you mentioned the results as well. You don't want to look back and say, could have been 4 points there. But are either of you a bit frustrated that we don't find ourselves top of the league by a point after results against Luton and Coventry, even though we got battered 7-0 off Fulham?
I think that would be being harsh on the team if I'm being scrupulously honest.
I agree as well.
I tweeted out from BRFCS the other night. Yeah, if only we'd beaten Fulham, or had we beaten Fulham, ... Yeah, we would have been top of the league. And then other people rightly pointed out, well, never mind that. Have we not thrown the silly leads away against Luton and Coventry, we'd be top of the league. And I just find that absolutely, this isn't a vintage championship, and it's there to be won. And I totally agree with that. But I'm still amazed that with this young squad, this relatively inexperienced squad, we're achieving so much. I mean, it's hugely exciting. The question that you'll ask, I'm sure in due course, is can we sustain it? But it's just let's just enjoy being third. I think we can sort of, you can always do the what if question. And every team has a bad luck story. Every team has a scoreline to look at, sort of say that that penalty in the last minute, or we should have had this goal, or that free kick bouncing in off the post. We've got a couple of hard luck stories, but we've also had some pretty ordinary performances as well, where we've deserved to lose. One especially, obviously. But we're up in third on merit. The league table doesn't lie, so let's just enjoy that. And I think the speculation is, well, do we can?
We can, and I'm going to stay with you, Ian, for the first real question, I guess. And it's your result of the season for Rovers. Have you got any thoughts on what your result would be for this season, the one that really sticks in your mind?
Yeah, I'm going to choose the Fulham one, because I think that seems to have had a galvanising effect. So I know it might be perverse to sort of say this is our performance of the first half of the season, but clearly something twigged, something switched as a result of that. I don't know. I'd love to have been a fly on the wall sort of in the dressing room at half-time and at full-time, and certainly at Brockall the next day, yeah, you bring a group of players in and you sort of say, okay then, what happened there? And more pertinently, what are you going to do about it from now on? And I think, we marched up to Ewood for the Sheffield United game fearful, particularly 90 seconds in, that, oh, Lordy, my word, are we going to unravel here, but with some style. And we had that sort of like turn round, and it was a performance of real character to get us back. So the Fulham one, for me, is the galvanising one. I think that's the one that I would point to. A bit perverse, you might say, but just I think as a conversational gambit, it shows how the reaction of the team subsequent to that has been absolutely first class.
You're not wrong, and like you say, everything that's gone after the Fulham game has been just drops 2 points since then. And I don't think anyone expected to be in that position, did they? No one expected to be where we are now, as we've already said. Glenn, what about your performance of the season, your result of the season?
I'm going to twist the rules and go with two, if that's all right. So I'm going to have a purely selfish one. The first one is the Cardiff game, the 5-1 game. I had a friend over from America. He's been a season ticket holder all his life, and that's the game he picked to go to with his dad, who he'd come back to visit because he's not so good. So for him to see us win 5-1 at home, after all I've done for however many years is moan about us and how poor we've been, was fantastic. And also the performance that day. I think it was the day that Brereton proper announced himself as, I'm a kind of championship striker. I'm up there. I'm going to get goals this season. And I think my second one, similar to Ian, is the Sheffield United game and that early goal. I mean, in terms of a moment of the season so far, when they score so early, you think concede early. Don't concede early. Keep it tight. And literally, we're 1-0 down. But the reaction from both the players and after the Fulham result to completely jump on the bikes, really kind of not get behind, really against them. But they didn't. They got behind them. They willed them on. We won that game. And like you said, that the rest is kind of history up to this. They've very much been behind the manager, the players, since that game. And I think I've probably seen that grit and determination and that we're not going to lose this game. Yes, Fulham was an embarrassment to a degree, but that's not going to happen again. We're playing against Sheffield United, just relegated, another should-be promotion contender at the end of the season. We went 1-0 down and still managed to turn that around again, feeling with Rovers at the minute. So they would be my two, one for two reasons.
It certainly takes onto the high-scoring one and the bounce-back one. Ian, I just want to throw this one to you before we move on to who we think our player of the season so far has been. I think we've both been quite critical of Mowbray, saying that maybe his time's up and things couldn't the natural conclusion. Thanks for everything. You've been superb. But it's over. How much credit does he deserve, though, for, like I said, rejuvenating this team? And like I said, if you could have been a fly on the wall and Brock on the day after, you'd love to have been. Does he deserve the credit, though, for turning this around and picking this team up off the backside and saying it's time to go and prove everyone wrong?
Well, if not him, who? I think would be the question. So yeah, I would have parted company in the summer. I think I've been I'm on record on enough different media formats saying it felt a bit stale with a lot of players out of contract. I failed to see how he could motivate them again. And then we had that sticky run of results culminating in the Fulham score. And he said, well, there you go then. Why didn't we pot him in the summer? The evidence is proving me right. But football being what football is, it has a habit of making fools like me look like fools. And I'm delighted to be proved wrong. I can only assume that it's down to his style and the fact that he can get something out of perhaps a younger age group of players. Maybe. That's one thought I've had. Maybe it's the players themselves that their professional pride was so dented by the Fulham game and the way that they responded, and Glenn's already touched on it as well. I think that the role that the fans played in the Sheffield United game, because there was just a massive roar went up when Sheffield United scored, which was basically, we're not having that happening again. Once in 146 years is bad enough. Twice in a week, no sir, that's not happening. And the players responded to it, none more so than Pervade. I mean, what a shame that was his last meaningful contribution to Rovers' season, because I think he showed that day just what a live wire he could have been. So you would assume, and it is an assumption, that Mowbray is the main catalyst. There's been no significant changes in the coaching staff or somebody new coming in. There's been no significant changes in the playing staff since the Fulham game. So, yeah, all the people that were there when we were having the dodgy run in September and October are there and have turned it round. Be some sort of force amongst that side, whether Mowbray is the catalyst or whether Mowbray is the leader. I'm not unduly worried, but as the results have spoken for themselves. Now, Rich Sharp, bless his cotton socks, has raised the spectre of second half of the season syndrome, and we'll see whether we can carry it on. I think that will be the test of Mowbray. Now that he's got us into this position, what does he do to maintain it? How do the players, because it's a real slog in the Championship, 46 games. How did he keep it going now is the real crux. And Christmas, I think, is one of those times of the year where you get a lot of games in a short period of time, and all of a sudden, reputations can change, form can be lost and gained, and we have freak results on Boxing Day. So it'd be great to see us continue it, obviously. But I think, to answer your question, I think the praise has to go to Mowbray, and I'm quite happy to be proved wrong. I mean, wouldn't it be ironic if at the end of the season he leaves us, but goes to a club in the Premier League higher than us and goes, no, well, there you go then. You didn't deserve me. Yeah, and he ends up sort of with a bigger and better job. And if he does, fair play to him. But, fingers crossed that we can continue it, obviously.
No, I agree. Like, I've been very vocal, especially the past 12 months, I would say, about him. I've been on record multiple times saying how much I appreciate the job he's done, and the season went up from League One was my favourite because I've not experienced what you lucky boys have experienced in that time 40 years. But yeah, undoubtedly there'll come a point when we do go through a little sticky run of form. Every club does. Look at Bournemouth and Fulham now. They're in that position, aren't they? Fingers crossed, though, it works out well for us. Glenn, I'm going to come to you. Who's your player of the season been so far? And I'm going to make it really a bit more difficult for you. You're not allowed to choose Brereton. Out of bounds.
I think Ian's probably going to hate me for this, but I would probably say John Buckley. He's become a man this season is the best way to put it. I remember a couple of years ago, in fact, it was after the Dak injury, the first injury against Birmingham. We played Huddersfield away over the Christmas period, and he was getting, the crowd were on his back, let's say, just for his kind of size, his physique, and you could see there was a player in there and his technical ability. And this season, he's bulked up a bit. He basically dictates the play now. He chases them down. He's harassing their defenders on the ball. He's always got time on the ball. He just takes a little drop of a shoulder and he's away. He's got space. I think he's been phenomenal. He's probably seen as a can't pick Brereton Diaz first. He's probably the first name on the team sheet. To be fair, for me, he has more of an influence on a game than Brereton sometimes as well, just the way he dictates and manages from the middle. So, yeah, it's an easy question for me, that John Buckley by a country mile.
And Ian, if I have to press you and you can't choose John Buckley or Brereton, who will you go for?
Well, I'm going to pick Darragh Lenihan since the change to 3 at the back, because I think certainly against Birmingham, I think I really noticed it, obviously, with the pass-through to Kadra for the goal. We seem to be playing a sort of Chris Wilder-esque overlapping centre-backs type formation. And Lenihan seems to be thriving in the ability to pick a pass through the channels, as well as doing his usual marshalling effort. And he's contributing on the goal sheet as well, which is nice to see. So as the skipper, I mean, harking back to the last question, who's instrumental in that dressing room for sort of galvanising the team? Lenihan certainly leads by example. I think the Fulham performance was such a rarity where he looked down and out, but it wasn't just him. Clearly, there were others. But the way that it's all come together subsequently. But just to echo what Glenn said about John Buckley, I think I interviewed Rich Sharp for the BRFCS podcast back in 2018, and we were talking about who was coming through the academy, and Rich at the time said there were high hopes for John Buckley. He was the one to watch out for. And he's ridden the usual Rovers fans sort of like, shall we say, close scrutiny. the Jason Wilcox, Mark Atkins school of hard knocks. Convince us first, lad, and then we'll cheer you. And he seems to have come through that the other side, which is great to see. So long may that continue. But if I can't choose Ben and I can't choose John, then I'll go for Dara.
Yeah, and I want to put a word on John Butler as well. I think everyone criticising, like you said, Glenn, being a bit lightweight, just not strong enough, never going to make it in the Championship. He's just not fit. Like others in the squad don't. Everyone's got their strengths and weaknesses, don't they? And Butler seems to have it in all different areas, which is fantastic. And he's a local lad, isn't he? Which is always good to see them coming through your academy. And finally, Glenn, I'll throw this first one to you. It's about, can we keep up our run of form so far? Can we continue it in the second half of the season? I know we've sort of glossed over it already. But can we and will we? I'm going to make you say yes or no to whether we will do it. And Ian, you can laugh, but it's going to come to you too. So hopefully you're going to get, and will we?
I think the law of averages says that we probably won't. I think at some stage you are going to have a decision goes against you or a bit of luck goes against you, and you are going to not win a game that you should do, or you're going to drop points. I don't know how to take this kind of, I'm really vested in this game now. We have something to play for every minute of every game, which is a long time really since I've been in that position. Every tackle matters, every pass matters. And it's horrendous Saturday while we're watching it, but it's great for us. It obviously shows we're going in the right direction. Can we? Yes. Will we? I highly doubt it. I think, like you say, every club has a slump in form. I think we had our early season one with the kind of Huddersfield, Blackpool games. You're never too far away from another one, and no club ever is. You've always got a poor result down the road. I think what we have done at times, maybe this season or last season, is got a result from games where maybe we shouldn't have. But then on the flip side, we've not got points from games we should have had. I think what's different this year is the settled side. I think that's got a lot to account for in terms of the turnaround in form. The team picks itself at the minute with the back five, the midfield three. And also that kind of, I hear a lot of people talk about, it's the glass ceiling effect that we've had in the previous years. We'll bottle it once we get in there. Once you're in with a sniff in it, it's a little bit different if you're in there and you've got momentum and you're in there. You're not chasing a pack. You're in there. So all of a sudden it's not, we've got to win 6 on the bounce to get in there. We're in there now. Just keep pace with everybody else. So I think we've given ourselves a fantastic opportunity. I don't think we'll get another one this good anytime soon. I've kind of said a few times that our business model has to be buy players cheap, develop and sell for a profit, and develop your own players. And the idea with that is one season it all clicks and you have a fantastic season, and just hope that one season gets you promoted. For me, it looks like this season could be that season where you've got your youngsters like your Buckleys, your Travises, your Niambes, your Lenahans and whatnot, who are performing at their optimum level, and the players we've brought in are also doing it. So you got loan players like Kedra, you got Brereton Diaz, he's hitting potential. It's that perfect mix. All you need is a little bit of luck and a bit of fortune, and it's long may it continue. I'm optimistic. I'm always an optimistic person, but I've usually find a reason to not want something to happen. But I just hope we keep it up. Really, it will be.
Will we finish in the top 6, Glenn? Or are we going to finish in the top 6?
Top 6, yes, maybe not top 2.
Okay, that's fair. Ian, and this season, can we keep it up, and are we going to finish in the top 6?
Can we? Yes, we can. To quote the legendary football coach Bob the Builder. Will we? It depends what happens in the next 5 weeks, doesn't it? That's the harsh reality. In 10 days' time, we could have a number of our players signing pre-contracts with overseas sides, and we could have sold Ben to, I don't know, whoever, Leeds, Newcastle, Seville, who knows. And that would just rip the heart out of any aspirations that anybody has. So let's make some assumptions that the squad, we don't lose anybody from the squad. I think we're a little bit thin now that Pervader has he's going to be out for the season, isn't he, effectively? So yeah, you kind of feel like you need a body to replace him, because I think we're proving to be a bit thin up front with Gallagher's injury record. Will we? I think regression to the mean is due. So top two I think is a flight of fancy. I have a horrible feeling it will come down to sort of like the last two games. I so want to say yes. I so want to say yes. Yeah, we'll finish sixth. Yeah, I've said it. I've doomed us, I'm afraid. I've doomed us.
It's on record there as well. I remember when I predicted third last season to be our FCS season pod. So
yeah, as always, you get the predictions right. It's just the season that you get wrong. That's the thing. So I'll just cut and clip that, and then we'll use it if we ever get in this position.
No, but it's true, and it's been a joy to watch so far for the most part, I'm sure. And yeah, just fingers crossed that we can keep it up. And of course, it's going to be a sticky patch, but I guess it's our job as fans to stick with them through the rough and through the smooth, isn't it? And fingers crossed, hopefully, come May, we'll be booking tickets to London on the train, sitting in Wembley, watching Rovers get back to the promised land. But let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. There's a lot more to come tonight, and there's a lot more football to have played this season. Also, I'd like to thank both Ian and Glenn for joining me. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure. Thanks, Tom.
Cheers, Tom.
Perfect. Really appreciate you coming on. Back over to you boys in the studio. Thanks, guys, for listening, and please remember to keep your donations coming.
Oh, you must be tired, Glenn.
Shattered.
That was difficult to do that live. Change your shirt, take that jumper off and get here, but you've managed it.
True professional.
Now, listen, I am very excited, and I'm sure you're going to be very excited about the next thing that we've got to announce. There's a very certain Blackburn Rovers legend with an association to this hotel, and he'll be joining us live on the show after our next quiz.
That certain someone is no other than Mr. David Dunn.
Yes, if you would like to ask David Dunn a question, comment below. We'll choose some of the best ones and we'll put them to him later on tonight.
So get those questions in. So let's get back into the quizzes. Remember, a signed John Buckley shirt and a half-season ticket are up for grabs. Now it's over to Ryan for our second quiz of the night. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome back, everyone. Really enjoyed listening to that season so far video. It got the little hairs on my neck standing up, Jared. How about you? Did you like that?
Yes, I'm ridiculously optimistic despite of everything going on around us. I feel like it's like I'm pouring all of my optimism into Rovers because I don't know where else to place it in the world at large right now. So, yeah, I've been saying a team of destiny. I just don't know why I can't shake the feeling. There's too many weird little serendipitous things aligning, you know, like the bones on the ground or the stars, however you want to like soothsay it. I just have this feeling I can't shake. So yeah, I think we're going up. That's me.
So just a reminder for everyone, this is a new quiz. It's got a new code. It is scrolling across the bottom just there, 4704064. So it's a new code. So I can see that 23 of you have joined so far. So when we get a few more, we'll get the quiz going. Ian Herbert,
Yes.
If you are in the comments, I've heard you say it, mate. You're saying that Rovers are coming sixth. So that is on tape. That is on record. And for what it's worth, I do think we're going to come in the top six as well. So reasons to be excited for all Rovers fans. So 4704064 for the next quiz. This is another one that Andy Watson's done. So big thank you to Andy Watson for doing this. This is a run through different seasons that Rovers have had over the last 20 years. So you'll see us go from back in the early 2000s, right up towards the present day with these questions. Just a few things I just want to mention. Whilst that video was going on, we had 2 super chats, one from Jack Owl, which was for £4.49, and one from Naive Steve for £10. Thank you to both of you for those super chats. Just to reassure you, that money will go to the Sporting Memories Foundation, and also every pound will convert into raffle ticket entries as well. So if you don't want to go on the Just Giving page, do what Naive Steve and Jack Owl have done. Hit it up as a super chat. We will turn it into the raffle ticket entries and make sure that the Sporting Memories Foundation get that for you as well. Other reminders, as Joe has just mentioned, if you want to get your questions for David Dunn when he strolls up to where Glenn and Joe are, get your Q&As into that comments box. I will just make sure that we capture those for Joe and Glenn a little bit later on as well. And obviously, a bit later on, we've got another video, which is a chat I did with Rich Sharp, which is about the transfer window. And we've got Jared's quiz as well. And we've got loads more videos and loads more stuff. But underlying reason why we are here, www.rcdonate.com. Let's please raise a shed load of money for the Sporting Memories Foundation, which is a brilliant cause. You know, dementia and football, the links have been proven quite a lot in recent months. Not enough is done. And we all go to the stadiums, we all watch the games, and we see these players heading the ball and doing what they do. Unfortunately, some of these players do succumb to dementia, and none other than Tony Parks, who is obviously, you know, done so much for Blackburn Rovers. So if that's not a reason to donate, then there never is going to be one. So even if it's £1, please donate, because it's a brilliant foundation which is just helping these people that are suffering with a really degenerative, can't even say the word, disease. It is a brilliant charity. Right, so I can see that we've got 71 people. I'm going to just go for the names again. Salgado, whoa, is there again. So that was another reason to say that. Who else have we got? Vince's sick bed. Vince Grella's sick bed. Love that one. Who else have we got? Jared 2.0 is back. And I think I saw a Jared 3.0.
My doppelganger is my mortal enemy, my nemesis.
We've got
crappy version of myself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. We've got Hecker. Who else have we got in here? Tom Schofield, who you've just seen on the video. Good to see you, Tom. Anyone else in there? Jared, you're there. So you are our baseline again. Alan Shearer in the house next to Michael Pearson. There we go. Michael Pearson won the last quiz. Alan Shearer is a Blackburn Rovers legend. Just saying. There we go. Oh, there we go. Jared 2.0 is back. So 69 people.
Okay. Perfect. Stop there. Let's have that be the number, Ryan.
Well, this is a family show, Jared, but yes, I'm with you. Let's get going with the second quiz. So this, as I say, is a chronological run through. I just need to click full screen as well. There we go. Chronological run through different Rovers seasons. So question 1, 2000-2001 season. Which team finished third behind Rovers and Fulham, but eventually ended up getting promoted through the playoffs in that Division 1 season? Was it Stoke? Was it Preston? Was it Birmingham? Or was it Bolton?
Nice. Also, just wanted to note that Mr. Echo, Ollie, and Nikhil also with some super chats, Ryan. And I think right now we're up. Yeah, no, it's all good. We're up to, I think, 85% of our goal for the night. So we're getting really close, everyone. You're doing an amazing job, and your hearts are in the right places. So we're getting closer, certainly.
So I can see Mr. Echo's here. So just to say the same thing, Mr. Echo, that will convert into raffle tickets and we'll go onto the Just Giving page. Naive Steve's was here. Jack Owls was there. The other two, I think they've bumped off the chat. So who was it? Ollie Walker-Peel and who else was it? Oh, here's Ollie's actually. There it is.
Nick Hill. Yeah, Nick Hill up at the top was the first person to drop anything in today. It was nice of him.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff, guys. Really appreciate that. So thank you. So 57 people, Bolton Wanderers. Did you get that right, Jared?
Yeah, I got that one right. I hate Bolton.
Oh, you might be. If Jared's in the top 5, he's a changed man. Let's have a look at this.
No, I'm in 20th. I don't know how they're getting that faster.
Salgado, whoa, he's top. He's my man, he's top. And then Scott Sellers, Polkey, PLS, or Please, Colin Legend, and Rover Noodle, the early front runners in the quiz. So let's get moving on. So this question is from the next season, 2001-2002. You get the drift here with what Andy's done. Who was the Spurs manager at the Millennium Stadium when we won the Worthington Cup? Was it George Graham, Glenn Hoddle, Christian Gross, or Jerry Francis? Thank you to the 5 of you that did those super chats. Sorry that I missed those early ones. That is completely my bad. We've got some funny questions.
Yeah.
And I'll just,
Ryan, are you in full screen, by the way?
I am in full screen now. I'm hoping everyone can see that. I wasn't. I did notice I had my knuckles wrapped for not being in full screen.
Okay.
I'm just going to say as well, Simon Slater and Mr. Echo, putting Dunny and then your question is monumentally helpful for us picking out the Dunny questions. So if everyone wants to do that as well, put Dunny, then hyphen. That'll be really good. But I can see we've had a couple above. So the answer there was Glenn Hoddle. 50 people have got that right with Glenn Hoddle. So
I've gotten 2 in a row right, Ryan, for the first time tonight. 2 in a row.
I'm just sorry, I'm laughing, Jared, because Jerome Anderson has made an appearance into our top 5 there. I won't say what I really think for legal reasons, but
sure.
There we go.
Yeah, fair.
Question 3, the next season. Who scored the Celtic goal that condemned us to a first leg defeat at Celtic Park in the UEFA Cup second round? Was it Steve Guppy? Was it Chris Sutton? Was it Alan Thompson? Or was it Henrik Larsson? By the way, that Chris Sutton video that we played earlier, I just love his smirky face.
Wonderful.
It just,
yeah,
he makes me laugh so much.
Yeah, it's a guy where you're like, if I just had like a pint and that guy, I'd be fine for like 2 hours, you know? Just let him do all the talking. It'd be great.
And just to pick up this question from Sahir, how do you find out if you've won the raffle? Sahir, that's going to be drawn on New Year's Eve. So just look out on the Rovers Chat social accounts. We will let you know who's won, because we're just mindful that not everyone can join us live tonight. So some people will not be taking part in the quizzes and things. So it's all based on those raffle ticket entries. The quiz is just another way of getting raffle tickets. So let's get rid of that. So 45 people went correct there with Henrik Larsson. 17 people went for Chris Sutton, who did score at Ewood Park, I believe, in the other leg. But Henrik Larsson was the right answer. Let's see what that does to the leaderboard. Top of the tree by January. Love that name, is top of the tree in our quiz. And then we've got Super Atco, Pete, Adam again. Adam in the top 5, and Polky, please, in there. Question 4.
Okay.
2003-4. Which Turkish side knocked us out of the UEFA Cup in the opening round in this season? Was it Fenerbahce? Was it Istanbul Başakşehir? Was it Gençlerbirliği? Or was it Galatasaray? Tell you what, a few Heinekens in, that was good pronunciation on those names, I must say.
That was really good, Ryan. Yeah. Your Spanish is awful, but your Turkish is bellissimo.
You're not wrong with that one.
Bellissimo. That is so good. By the way, this is another 20-question show, right? And first, second, and third do get raffles drawn. And then the final quiz in a little bit will be 15 questions, but it'll be a little bit of a different format from these two. Just so you all know, there is another quiz after this one coming.
I love that, Jared. The answer there was Gençlerbirliği. I think this was an early kickoff. I seem to remember it was about 5 p.m. I remember getting back from school and watching this, and we were dreadful. Absolutely dreadful in that game. So it was them who knocked us out. Gençlerbirliği, 41 people went correct. Let's see what that does. Pete BRFC goes to the top of that leaderboard. And Matt Maiden, I hope I pronounced your name right there, Matt, moving into the top 5 as well. So let's keep on moving. Question 5. The next season, 2004-5, we reached the FA Cup semi-finals. On the way, we beat Burnley in a replay. Who scored the winner that day? I mean, this is iconic. This is an iconic goal. Andy Cole, Two-Guy, Morten Gamps Pedersen, or Matt Jansen. This is iconic, Rovers fans. Shame on you if you don't get this right.
Well, to be fair, for one of the Rovers fans who might not get it right, those guys have all had iconic goals.
I think, Jared, if you get this wrong and then I was to show you the goal, you'd be like, yes. You will have seen this goal. You will have seen it.
Oh, I know I have. I do that reaction to a lot of things. My wife's like, no, that's not what we're doing. We're doing this. I'm like, yes, that's right. I remember now. We'll see.
Just a lump on the pressure here, you know, Tom Schofield. If anyone gets this wrong,
Scully.
Morgan
Yes.
Pedersen. Yes, Jared. Well done.
Was that the howitzer left from like point blank on the left side, near side onto the goalie?
Yeah. It was an acute angle and just blasted it really.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. See? Take that, Scoey. What's up?
The top 5 are unmoved, and 4 players have reached an answer streak of 3. So the top 5 bedding down for the evening. So come on, folks, you're going to have to do better than that.
I'm up to 47th. It's a new career high.
Question 6, the 05-06 season. Great season for us, this one. We finished 6th under Mark Hughes. Who was our top league scorer with 13 goals? Was it the man Roque Santa Cruz? Was it Craig Bellamy? Was it Shefki Kuchi? Or was it Paul Dickov?
Is it Coochie or Cookie?
Kuchi, I believe, unless anyone in the comments wants to disagree with me. I think it's Kuchi. I could be
Either
wrong,
way, that's
Jared.
one of the all-time great last names. Either it's delicious or it's cheeky, and I love it. I love his last name either way. I always said Cookie my whole life. 18 years of Rover fandom, I've said Cookie. So shows what I know.
Just a couple of comments here. So, yeah, Sean, that Genkler Belici game, it was Channel 5, wasn't it, at 4 p.m.? That's what it was. It was straight after school. And then Andy, yeah, great trip down memory lane. This is absolutely. So the answer there is Craig Bellamy. What a season he had for Rovers. 46 people got that right. What does that do to the leaderboard? Top of the tree by January is back at the top, and Adam is moving up again. Consistent performer is Adam in these quizzes.
Nice, Adam. Atco, too, up there. Good job.
Question 7, 06-07 season. Rovers qualified from our Europa League group, but who did we beat over 2 legs to reach that group stage? So in that qualifying round into the group stage, who did we beat? Was it Red Bull Salzburg? Was it Steaua Bucharest, Boa Vista, or CSKA Sofia?
By the way, I think I'm up to 42nd, which is a miracle. And you know, it's a Christmas miracle that I'm almost halfway up the rankings.
There we go. Andy's confirming it. He is a proper voice of reason, unlike me. It is
Yeah.
how I said it. But
he's got that eye patch there.
Ollie's backing you. Big up Shefki Cookie.
Yeah, see? Yummy. It's Christmas time. Cookies. I don't know. I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah, Satna Cruz. Do you remember that on the back of the shirt? It was spelt wrong. It had Satna Cruz on it. I remember that. That's a trip down memory lane, Steve. The answer there is Red Bull Salzburg. 41 people getting that
job,
right.
everybody. Yeah, good work.
Adam moving to the top, and we've had a few movers. Michael Pearson is back. He is on the prowl, everybody. Michael Pearson into that top 5. Ryan Hedges moving into the top 5 as well. And then Pete and Super Atco in there. So this is tight. This is really tight.
Yeah, man. I'm in 46. It's tight in the middle too. You can't see the numbers, but we're all in there.
07-08. We made our Intertoto Cup debut this season. Rovers traveled to FK Vetra. But what country did they play? Greece, Lithuania, Finland, or the Faroe Islands? Oh, Ian, I didn't know that. Which game was David Bettenley?
Bentley. That sounds like a hillbilly American pronunciation of something. Bentley? Bentley?
Please say that again.
Bentley there, boy.
Say it like that hillbilly again. That was great.
My family's from the woods of Pennsylvania and West Virginia, so I can turn on Bentley anytime I dang choose there, Ryan. Don't worry, everyone. I won't be asking the final quiz questions in that accent. I promise. I don't want to lose all our viewers.
Oh, I absolutely love it. Right, I'm going to let this clock tick down to 30 seconds as people are Googling where FK Vetra are from. There we go.
Yeah, I know, right? Seriously.
Lithuania, 36 people getting that one right. What does that do? A little bit of movement. Pete Bay RFC into second spot, and Aaron moving into the top 5. Welcome, Aaron.
Nice.
Question 9. 08-09 season. Mark Hughes left in the summer, and we appointed Paul Ince. Understatement of the century. It did not go well. What month was Ince sacked in? Was it September, December, November, or October?
I feel like it has to be this month. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this has to be the month. I don't know why. It's right what my gut told me to.
We will
I
see
just
if you're
followed my
right
gut.
with your gut feeling.
We'll see.
Oh, it was Old Trafford, David Bentley, and Ian's got a screen grab of it. And
Nice, Ian.
Thank God we
Gosh.
didn't spell Tony Watt incorrectly. I've got a lot of time for that. Or Dick.
I get that joke. Yeah.
Did you go for December, Jared?
No.
What was your line of thinking?
I was thinking worst case scenario, so I put September. I was like, what's the worst possible answer? I'm gonna go with that one.
30 people went December. Oh, Aaron's on a hot streak. Answer streak of 9, Aaron. That is impressive stuff. The top 5 again reaffirming their position. So we're at the halfway mark now. Question 10, 09-10 season. Which former Turkish international made 1 solitary appearance in the Premier League for us in this season? Was it Hakan Şükür? Was it Muzzy Izzet? Was it Hakan Ünsal? Or was it Yildiray Baştürk?
Ooh, man, your Turkish is spot on, Ryan.
Yeah,
it's really good. It is. It's legit. It's legit. I'm impressed. I think it's between there's 2, and I just saw this player's name.
Who are the 2? Who are the 2 you think?
I think. Well, I don't want to throw everybody off because I'm so friggin' horrible at that. Yeah, but I was just doing research into Rovers jersey numbers. So I saw this name. So, maybe that's where I'm getting it from.
Who are the 2
We'll
you think?
find out. I think it's between red and green.
Ooh, I think you are correct. Which one is it going to be? It is green. It's Yildiray Baştürk.
Yeah, I think I remember really wanting him to do well, right? I think I was like excited to have him on the team. Okay.
What does that do to the scores? Adam has been replaced by Pete, BRFC, Zubs, and Polky Please into the top 5 as well. So it's getting. I get a feeling it's quite tight. I think there's a lot of people on similar scores here. The 10-11 season, Steve Keen's first home win as Rovers manager was at home to Liverpool. Who scored twice for Rovers that day? Matt Derbyshire, Yakubu, Benjani, or Morten Gamps Pedersen? What a game this was, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if this is the infamous. I don't think it is. I'll ask you the question at some point. We'll wait till more answers get in. I think we have 69 players playing, right?
I think we're over 70 actually. And
wow.
just a reminder to everyone that what you're playing for. I've spanned the shirt round now, so that John Buckley signed shirt behind me. One of you is going to win this on the raffle. So that is why you're donating. John Buckley signed that for us and gave it to us as part of that podcast. So it's there, it's behind us, it's ready to be won. So hopefully you can win this quiz. If not, get to rcdonate.com and let's raise some money for sporting memories. The answer there, Benjani, who channeled his inner Zlatan times Harry Kane times Zlatan. Just what a performance that was. Brilliant.
Beautiful stuff.
Salgado, whoa, is into the top 4. Polky Please there.
Nice.
Adam, Michael, and Pete. Pete is holding on by 11 points there, so it's tight. It's
close. Yeah, close to the top. Question 12. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
The 11-12 season, which team were we playing during the infamous chicken on the pitch incident in May 2012? Spurs, Bolton, Wigan, or Wolves? This is another one where you have to get the answer because it was a big game in our history, wasn't it, really?
Yeah.
Steve, I can confirm that Steve Keen is not wishing us a happy Christmas tonight. I would love to say that we attempted to make contact, but we didn't. And as this is a family show, I can't say what I really think.
Yeah. I'll say it later in chat. Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. You can just read it after your kids are in bed with visions of sugar plums dancing in their head. All right, 72 answers are in.
We got 5 more seconds. The answer, of course, is Wigan Athletic. The night that Rovers were relegated from the Premier League, sadly, was the night that chicken was on the pitch. Yakubu coming to that chicken's rescue alongside Ali Al-Habsi in goal for Wigan that night. Did you get that one right, Jared?
No, I didn't. I just picked Bolton because I don't like them. Again, it was so hard to watch games back then in America. Like there was no way to watch these games, you know. It's a tough time for me then, for sure.
Question 13, the 12-13 season, our first season in the Championship. What position in the league were Rovers when Steve Keane was relieved of his duties this season? Were we 4th, 1st, 3rd, or 2nd?
This is a tricky one.
It is.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That is a doozy. Don't forget, David Dunn's going to be joining us in just a few minutes. So if you didn't get a question in yet, make sure you do. But preface it with Dunn and then, or Dunny and then a hyphen, and then your question. And the guys back at the studio right now are filtering through those, so we can all have a nice chat with the legend himself here in a few minutes.
So the answer there is 3rd. Rovers were 3rd. So 27 of you went right. 31 of you just missing out with 4th there.
That's what I put, yeah.
You went 4th. What does that do?
Yeah, I'm in 59.
It's the
Pearson.
champ. The champ is there. The champ is back. Michael Pearson moving into top spot, but Salgado, is chasing him down, and then Pete Adam and top of the tree by January making up that top 5. This competition is intense.
Here we go.
13-14 season, Rovers went 12 matches unbeaten to make a playoff surge, but a 0-0 draw at Ewood against who ended that chance? And I will tell you, this is a match which is like ingrained, etched, lasered into the brain of Alex Lomax. He hates this game. Peterborough United, Sheffield Wednesday, Crewe Alexandra, or Yeovil Town.
Remember earlier when I called you the Grinch? I take that back. That's reserved for Alex, wherever he is.
I love Alex.
I do too, actually. I do. I like him. He's a realist. He's curmudgeon-y, but he's absolutely stellar and a smart dude for sure.
Jamie, wasn't that the night before we played Charlton? Yes, it was. The Steve Keane sack-in, it was. So lots of people having fun away at the Valley. Steve Keane Day was christened, wasn't it, on that day as well? So that was that. So the answer there, Yeovil Town. The 0-0 draw that Rovers had. Yeah, our aggregate scores against Yeovil in that season was 1-0. The other one was 0-0. So madness. 35 people got that right. The top 5 all knew the answer to that, but Super Atco is back in the game with 3 in a row.
Nice. Knocking on the door.
14-15 season. A game that I remember. I'll remember this one forever, I think. Rovers got a cup replay back at Ewood against Liverpool. Who scored Liverpool's winner as they won 1-0? Was it Raheem Sterling, Danny Sturridge, Philip Coutinho, or Jordan Henderson? That game was just to see Ewood Park so full. And I actually thought we played pretty well that night. We had a little chance in the first half with Jordan Rhodes. I thought we more than held our own, really. And just a little bit of, we just switched off a little bit and they scored, didn't they? So what a night that was, though.
Electric.
It was a game when Simon Eastwood came up for the corner and actually got a shot on target as well. I don't know if people remember that.
Nice. I did not remember that.
The answer there, Philip Coutinho. So they played a little short corner. Coutinho got back into the corner. Ugh. Such a shame that. The top 5 knew the answer to that as well, but 3 players have just hit an answer streak of 5. So the pack are waiting to pounce. Question 16. 15-16 season. How many goals did Nathan Del Fonte, Chris Brown, Simeon Jackson, Fode Koita, Danny Graham, Mo Barrow, Tony Watt, and Tom Lawrence score in the league in that season?
I hate these type of questions. All the numbers look the same. There's no sluicing out anything.
You know, when you see that listed like that as well. So obviously Ian, Tom, and Glenn have just done the season so far, and we're talking about players that are really like hitting it off this season. You know, Diaz and Dolan
Yeah.
and Buckley and players like the players we're bringing off the bench as well. That list of names just shows you the difference between what we're dealing with this season versus previous seasons.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. I don't like my answer. I don't like what I'm doing here.
So everyone's answered the answer there, 14. And I need to bring up, I'll bring it up in the next question whilst it's being read. Andy Watson obviously posted the answers there. I think Danny Graham got the majority of those 14. So I'll bring that up in a moment. So let's see what that did to the leaderboard. A little bit of carnage. Pete BRFC moving into second spot. Salgado, whoa, going down into fourth spot. Business end of the season now. We're into April 2016-17 season. Which team incensed Rovers by playing an understrength team versus Birmingham in the last week of the season? In that season that we got relegated, was it Wolves? Was it Huddersfield? Was it Brighton? Was it Aston Villa?
Bleh. Those are my sounds. Bleh. By the way, Steve said in chat, I stood next to Coutinho and Tesco in Liverpool once. I thought he was a schoolboy.
Oh, brilliant. 42 of you getting that right with Huddersfield. That was very annoying, wasn't it? And the top 5 all knew that. Michael Pearson has got 1,000 gap there. Is Michael going to do the double? 3 questions to go. 2017-18 season. The promotion from League One. What a season for us. Which player started all 46 league games in that season? Was it Derek Williams? Was it Charlie Mulgrew? Was it David Raya? Or was it Richie Smallwood?
Mr.
Echo's 83 points behind you, Jared.
Americans represent. Whee! Oh, we're all on the bottom together, just hanging out, shotgunning Bud Lights and talking smack. Just typical American stuff. We'll see. I'm excited
Thank you to
to hear
everyone as well that's getting those David Dunn questions in. I can see we've got loads in the chat there, so thank you. I don't think we'll have time to go through them all, so Dan, Glenn, and Joe can have the joy of running through those. The answer there, Richie Smallwood. Oh, hey, oh. We go Richie Smallwood. What a guy that was in that season.
He's the king of Ewood.
Michael Pearson's on a hot streak, so we're going to need something drastic to happen for Michael not to win some more raffle tickets. Adam in the top 5, top of the tree by January. Salgado, whoa, and Pete BRFC making up that top 5. So 2 questions to go. 18-19 season, we only lost 1 of our first 10 matches back in the Championship. Who was that against? Was it Derby County? Was it Brentford? Was it Aston Villa? Or was it Bristol City?
Okay.
I just want to say before this quiz finishes as well, big thank you to everyone. You know, we've done so much live content and all the different videos and stuff that we've done through the season. All of you have just supported the channel so much over this last 12 months. I've personally enjoyed every minute of it. You know, even when I was banged up in that garage doing live streams, I absolutely loved it. So every one of you that's supported the channel, liked our videos and made it all worthwhile, thank you. It's been a blast.
Yeah, we're only 131 pounds away from our goal as well, y'all. So that's just stellar work from everyone. You're all so darn generous. It's sweet. It's a great day to be together and certainly living up to the spirit of the holidays. So great job. 131 pounds away from our goal, Ryan.
Oh, we can get to 1,000. We can do it. The answer there, Bristol City. Does that do? Oh, Michael Pearson has lost his answer streak. Pete BRFC going to the top. Salgado, whoa, is there as well. So we have probably got a 3-person shootout for the podium here. Let's go. Question 20. Good luck to the 3 of you going for that top spot. The 1920 season, who were our first opponents after the mid-season March to June lockdown due to that pesky pandemic? Was it Wigan? Was it Barnsley? Was it Derby County? Or was it Bristol City?
I think it's the down 2 for me. It's down to 2. I'm gonna go with my gut. one of the few questions I got right is the time I didn't feel good about my answer. So maybe this whole time I should have been doing the reverse and not going with what I felt good with. Maybe I'd have done better. I don't know. I'm in like 60th place, so
I've just spotted a stellar comment from Rick Trowbridge here. Popular opinion: Chris Brown is a better podcaster than footballer. You're not wrong, Rick. You're not wrong. It seems like a really nice bloke, to be fair to him, but yeah, obviously not great for Rovers. So I'm going to let this go. 2-1-0. The answer, Bristol City. It was when Tosin Adarabioyo scored that banger that the keeper touched slightly, but we'll just ignore that.
I said Bristol or Wigan was what was in my head. I finished in 62nd place, everyone.
Here we go. Podium is on its way. What do we get? We have got in third place. It is Top of the Tree by January. That is 3 raffle tickets for you. We have got Michael Pearson in second, 5 raffle ticket entries, and top of the pile. Is it Pete? It is Pete. Pete BRFC. Well done to you, Pete. 10 raffle ticket entries. Salgado, whoa, in 4th spot. And then Adam down in 5th as well. So thank you, everyone, for the quizzes. I'm not going to hand over to Joe and Dan just yet, or Joe, Dan, and Glenn, because Autumn, £32 super chat there. Thank you, Autumn Penkridge. That is absolutely fantastic. That converts into raffle ticket entries, and that will go across into the charity as well. Brilliant. So that's it. Thank you, everyone, for taking part in these 2 Kahoot quizzes. Andy Watson deserves all the credit for the questions. Brilliant couple of quizzes there. And Jared, you've got quiz number 3 in a bit. So we'll go back to Joe and Glenn over at the Avenue. Thank you, everyone.
Good job.
Until Christmas now. You're looking very festive in your jumper. Is everything set for the big day?
Yeah, all good. All good.
Thanks, everyone, for sending your questions in. So let's start with the first one, Joe.
Yes, this is from Andy Curry. How would you compare the current squad to the squad from 2001 at Rovers?
Well, I think they're both really, really good squads. Obviously, I've been down to Ewood quite a few times in the last couple of weeks. Great performances from the lads. Again, look like they have a really good team spirit for me. So I think that's key. You know, when you're going through them sticky patches, I think it's really good that you've got them players that all stick together and, you know, get them results. You know, I think the way they bounced back after the Fulham defeat. Although, you know, Fulham for me, I wasn't too disheartened. I've got to say, I was at the Fulham game and, you know, down to 10 men. Probably arguably the best team in the league. I went home from the game and just thought nothing really about Blackburn. I thought probably the best team. So I went home and thought, you know what, we got beat 7, but you know, we'll go again. I thought the way they bounced back against Sheffield United at the weekend, and then obviously from then, you know, 5 games on the bounce, amazing performances. You know, I was there at weekend again. You know, really, really good performances and. Looks like a team that can do really well, you know.
I mean, there's quite a few similarities, isn't there, in terms of, you know, Fulham top, Rovers in and around it. I think probably even the most optimistic of Rovers fans would highly doubt that we've any chance of finishing second. But there are some players there. Obviously, there's Ben Brereton, for example, Ben Brereton Diaz, who's scoring the goals. Do you think we'll manage to keep hold of him?
I hope so, and I'd be really surprised if the owners would let him go. You know, in terms of risk to reward, you know, they've backed the club for so many years now. What is it, 10, 11 years in charge? Would I let him go? No, I'd keep hold of him. Whatever bid comes in for him, I would keep hold of him and try and keep the momentum going. I think it's really important that you keep your best players, and you know, with the rewards at the end of it, if you can actually get there and get promoted, you know, with the parachute payments and getting that money of the Premier League, I would probably say keep hold of him and
dangle that carrot.
Let's stay and see what we can do. Yeah,
brilliant. So we've got another question from Christopher Nolan here. So which video would you rather get taken off the internet, the Venky's chicken advert of the Rabona of Birmingham?
Good question. You know, I like my chicken and I like my tricks, but I'd probably say the biggest thing for me would be, you know, when I walked into PC World in Curry's in Blackburn many years ago, and then they used it for the Sky Sports advert, the Sky advert for the playback. It was quite embarrassing, really, when I went into PC World. When I walked in, it was on every TV, and everyone was looking, thinking, "Is that him?" But no, you know, tough question, but I'd rather answer a good question. But I'd probably say I'd take the Rabona.
Okay. What was your favourite goal that you scored for Rovers? That question is from the Rovers fan page.
Do you know what? I'd probably say me and my granddad were talking about this the other day. I took him for food, and we was out in Carfez at Worston, and I would probably say the Villa goal that he would, you know, when I cut inside off the right hand side and hit my left foot and you know scored a decent goal with it. You know, it was a good finish.
Chris Hayes, do you regret leaving for Birmingham?
In a way, yeah, but I think at the time it was a really difficult situation I found myself in. I felt I had to leave to grow up myself and become a more rounded person. But in hindsight, I probably should have stayed and stuck it out. And contrary to what everyone says, me and Graham never fell out. You know, we had little fallouts, but nothing major.
He's a character.
I thought at the time, you know, I was probably a little bit too rash at the time, but you know, in hindsight now, I wish I'd have just got my head down and hoped I would have been that one-man club that I'd always thought of doing, you know. But it wasn't to be. But you know, you've got to move on, and you know, hopefully, it made me a better individual overall.
Just one from me. If Rovers played Burnley tomorrow, do you think we could beat them?
Good question. Do you want me to be honest?
Yeah.
I think there's a massive gulf between the Premier League and the Championship. So I think Rovers would have to be
at
their best, and Burnley would have to be on their off day to really do it. But you know, I'd certainly like to be there.
Put the boots back on.
I would like to. Maybe, you never know, I might get that last minute equaliser. But I think it wasn't.
Smiles on.
It would. I think it would be a really tough task for any Championship team to go and beat a Premier League team, irrelevant of where they are in the league, because I think there's such a massive gap between the divisions because of the financial margins between the clubs. So I think it would be tough, but I think they could do it.
Momentum and everything, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, confidence. I think confidence plays a massive part in football.
Yeah.
So I do feel that at the minute Blackburn could beat Burnley if we played next Saturday because of confidence. But I think 10 times, you know, if we played 10 times, I think we'd maybe struggle to beat them over 10 games.
Yeah. Well, if we didn't get to your question, don't worry. We've had a quick conversation about maybe doing a longer form podcast in the near future. So if you do have some questions that haven't been answered, feel free to ping them over to us, and I'm sure we'll get round to them in the new year. But thanks so much for coming up from the party downstairs.
No problem. And please donate because it's really good charity. Tony Parks did ever so well for me, myself, and so many players at Blackburn. So please donate.
Fantastic. Thank you, David. So up next, we've got Ryan, joined by Rich Sharp from the Lancashire Telegraph, looking at the January transfer window. Thanks, David.
You're welcome. Cheers.
Thanks very much.
for enjoying our live charity special as we break off now for our January transfer window exclusive. And as you can see, delighted to be joined by Rich Sharp from the Lancs Telegraph. Rich, really grateful for you giving up your time this evening. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad at all. Thank you very much. Looking forward to what this week brings in the second half of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. The fans are absolutely salivating for what's going to happen. And obviously January has been identified as a real key month for Rovers. Both we'll come on to that in a moment, but just a reminder, Rovers fans, for why we are here. We're here to raise money for the Sporting Memories Foundation. And we've said it loads of times over the last few weeks. We've said it loads of times tonight already. Every pound that you donate is one raffle ticket for our fantastic prize draw, and the signed John Buckley home shirt is one of those prizes, as well as 6 yards out vouchers and a meal for 2 at the Avenue. So please do get your hat in the ring to win some prizes. There is still time to donate. So Rich, yeah, let's get stuck into this then. We've broken this down into, ins, outs, and contracts, really. So we'll start with the one that's on everyone's lips, and it's probably the one that's making everyone the most nervous, and it's Ben Brereton Diaz, the man from Chile, the sensation this season. So situation with Brereton Diaz and where things are in Rovers' favour and not.
Yeah, so obviously Ben signed in 2018. Initially on loan, that then became permanent in January 2019. Reported obviously at the time as a 4-year deal, but like Rovers are doing with a lot of their deals at the minute, they include an option. Been reporting for a time that there is an option in Brereton's contract, which Mowbray has since confirmed. So effectively, he's under contract until the summer of 2023. So 18 months left his deal. Obviously heading already, obviously that's going to attract lots of attention. I know about Brighton ahead of the Bournemouth game. I was told there was nothing in that. The manager himself confirmed that. And I think we're at a situation where, with the position Rovers are finding themselves in, the bar to get him out of Rovers will be really high. All the talk from the Premier League is that they're going to expect quite a quiet window, which could play into Rovers' favour as well. I just can't see anybody getting to the level that Rovers will want to prize him out of the football club, knowing that 6 months down the line, we talked about with Armstrong, Mowbray said if he'd got longer on his contract, they'd probably be looking for 25 plus. They settled on initially 15. So I think they're kind of we can use that as an example really of where Rovers are going to be looking at to try and get Brereton out. And I just can't really see the market. Brighton probably might want a centre forward because they've been struggling for goals, but is Brereton going to be the be all and end all of the season? They're not going to go down. Newcastle's probably the one that they've got the money, but if they're struggling anywhere, it's probably not at the top end of the pitch. And I think that was the thing with Armstrong. You were trying to pitch where he would go, and I think the first offer that Southampton put in for him was well below what Rovers ended up going. Only really the Danny Ings thing that just clicked everything into gear. It takes something like that to kick a Premier League club in January, but I'm just struggling to see what's in it for Rovers and who would get to the limit that it would take to get him out of there.
I think you're right to raise Adam Armstrong. It certainly does feel like that all over. And again, Adam Armstrong, like Ben Brereton Diaz, doesn't seem to be the type of character that will necessarily force the move. He's happy at Rovers. What will happen will happen. That's the vibe I'm getting off Brereton Diaz, and certainly what some of the kind of the mood the chat is as well. And as you say, Venky's have got a track record, haven't they? If they've got a price, they'll want it to be met. And until that happens, go nowhere. The only thing that I just find interesting with Brereton, the whole Chile thing, if you're a Premier League club, you could essentially make him pay for himself if you market that whole situation really well, selling those highlight reels and stuff across to Chile. That's any little niggle I've got with that. Do you think someone might exploit that and be interested in that?
I think even like you saw the thing when Messi went to PSG and there's all this about, they're going to make it back from shirt sales. It's really hard to get anything close to what you think for this kind. I know people say about Rovers, they've not really tapped into that Brereton market. It is hard to get that situation. His Chile thing will open up other avenues. So there's been talk of Sevilla and things like that. Obviously, there's the Leeds thing. I think the Chile press are just getting excited with, because they love Bielsa, they love Brereton. For them, it's like the perfect narrative. So there are things that the Chile thing does bring, that there will be, more of a spotlight. He's not just a lad who's scoring a lot of goals in the Championship. He's got that behind him. But you think back to a lot of Championship strikers who've been scoring a lot of goals, letting them go in January and getting them out of there is really tough. We saw that with Ollie Watkins and people before. So I'm pretty optimistic that come February the 1st, he'll still be a Rovers player.
That is just the news we wanted to hear, Rich. So we will take your confidence and run with that one. But Rovers fans, we're going to have to strap in for the ride on this one, I'm afraid. We've been here with Jordan Rhodes and we've been here with Adam Armstrong. So it's another one of those where we buckle up, we see what happens in January. And as Rich says, we hope he's still a Rovers player in February. So that's probably the main out. We'll come on to some other outs a bit later on, Rich, but I just want to go onto the contracts if I can, because it falls under the potential outs category. Just reminders of the very latest with Darragh Lenihan, Joe Rothwell and Ryan Nyambe. Any positive news that you're hearing about those three potentially signing a new deal? Anything at all?
Well, all three have got, I think it's 3 years with 3.5 years with an option on the table. Taking them individually, you've got different levels of where they're at. So Lenihan's obviously club captain, last signed a deal when they won promotion from League One, so 2018. So he'll be 28 in March. Obviously, he's played for Republic of Ireland before, but will want to push for more international honours. There's been interest from Sheffield United in the past. Rothwell obviously signed for Oxford from Man United and then came to Rovers. So Rothwell has never signed a contract extension at either club. Rothwell's deal was 3 years plus the option, which was taken up in the summer. You've then got Nyambe, which is the one where I think if the club are coming in for any criticism over contracts, I think offering Nyambe 2 years with an option in 2019 when they did is probably, why they find him. He's out the side. Did an interview with him after Sheffield United, and he pretty much said, Elliot Bennett is the captain of the club. I'm going to struggle to find my way in. But to be fair to him, he has done. What is worth saying is, I don't know the pitch. I don't think it's affecting them at all. The manager's hinted in the past that if there ever was a situation where he thought heads were turning elsewhere, then he'd make a call on that. But there's never any suggestion that has been the case. Personally, I can't see a market for them to leave in January. I can't see what Rovers would gain from the position that they're in now that you would get for them. What they sell, for the money that you're going to get. So if Rovers have got any chance of top six or anything more, these three again have got to stay. Ideally, we'd love it to be on longer term deals. Wouldn't be great to lose 3 of your key men in the summer for nothing, because now Nyambe is 24, so can leave on a free transfer, as can Lenihan and Rothwell. I think the players have representatives who advise them, and I think they are being advised to sit tight and wait and see what happens, which is entirely their right in the position that they've got themselves in. I think if it was just the players, I think there's certainly 1, possibly 2 who would sign a contract. I think the days of Championship clubs offering 25, 30 grand a week to players in this current climate look to be gone. So again, where are these players looking at? There is sentimental things with Nyambe. So he's loved by the fans. He's been there since he was 14. Lenihan again, come through the academy. So you've got that element to it. There is an added thing with Nyambe that he is a right back. How much, do you get for right back? So offering, the wages, and academy lads have always, been paid less. It's just the way that things go. But these three now are top first team players. Obviously, from the club's aspect, they are saying that the offers that are on the table for these players are more than fair. But it's a very complex situation, but can be boiled down to what's been asked for, Rovers aren't willing to go to, and unless either side budge, we're probably going to be in this situation for a while yet. But the positive is that it doesn't seem to be affecting where it matters most, which is on the pitch. So while off the pitch it's the biggest talking point, I understand it. We ask the manager all the time. It might not change, but hopefully if things stay as they are with the performances, it's not something that every week you're having to worry about, that are these players giving everything.
And with where they are at now in January with 6 months to go, again, just something else just that needs some clarification. Can the three of these players talk to other clubs from January?
Yeah, and in the same way that Rovers are looking to do the same, particularly north of the border. I know they've looked at doing that, but again, a pre-contract agreement would only kick in at the end of that contract. So they could agree in January, but it wouldn't be until the summer when they're moving it. And as far as I understand and the indications I get, nothing's advanced on that front either. So it does feel a lot like everything is up in the air. And as things stand, no resolution close on any front.
If, just to play out a hypothetical situation, if one of these three was to get an offer that they like the look of, could this go in Rovers' favour, just to say, let's say Lenihan gets an offer from Sheffield United, which is X amount of money a week. Do you think that could force our hand to say, look, well, Sheffield United are going to pay me this? Would Rovers go to that amount if they've got other figures from other clubs coming, do you think?
I'm sure that's what the agents are putting to them. And they're saying, we could get that from there. And from Rovers' point of view, they're saying, well, we don't think you will because we don't think the market's there. It's all right saying you could get it. So let's say Stoke pay their centre half 25 grand a week. This is what you could get there. Well, he probably signed that deal pre-COVID. So getting that now would be a much different task. So if it's out there, good luck to you. Rovers aren't the highest paying championship club out there. Then they're not. That's where they find themselves in the food chain. And there will be better offers out there for them, but you guarantee regular first team football at somewhere where you're going to be loved. Lenihan, if he signs an extended deal, would be into his 30s and will be playing first team football for Rovers for a decade, and he's going to fly up that appearance list. Somebody like Nyambi, again, clocking up the appearances with where he is. So that, again, the security that Rovers are offering him as well. So everybody looks at, oh, I'm a free agent. They're not going to have to pay for me. I'm going to get it in the wages, which years gone by, that probably would be. But we're now in a different world. You're finding Robbie Brady played for Bournemouth the other week, where last year he was playing in the Premier League for Burnley. He didn't get signed up by Bournemouth until a few weeks ago. So there's so many different scenarios that you're playing out here. And behind the scenes, these have been thrashed out left, right, and centre. But like I said, keep repeating myself. But on the pitch, it's they're all contributing to what is a team that we're all enjoying to watch.
And that is absolutely testament to the three of them. And you cannot disagree with that statement at all. But for three very different reasons, if we were to lose them on a free, it would hurt. So I just hope we can somehow get them signed up. So we'll obviously wait and see the news that comes out of the club, and from yourself, Rich, hopefully positive news in future weeks and months. So again, another one we're going to have to strap up and put the seatbelt on in January and hope that these are still with us longer term. So let's move on to the ins then, Rich, potential ins. I'm going to start with two players north of the border. So one is Ryan Hedges from Aberdeen, and then the other is John Suter from Hearts. Now, probably no surprise to see us starting to be linked with players north of the border, with John Park, obviously, as head of recruitment and knowing those leagues. So let's just start with John Suter, obviously, brother of Harry Suter, who's currently injured at Stoke. So what's the latest on him, and is it a market that Rovers are looking to exploit, obviously, particularly with him being a defender?
Yeah, I think pre-contract and north of the border are two things that I've heard, so that fits into that. And again, Rovers would be daft not to look for centre halves, because right now Lenihan is playing as well as I've seen him in a Rovers shirt, and has got to be at a top championship player. You've obviously then got Scott Wharton, who's coming through, but Rovers over a period of lone centre halves have had Adebayo, Howard Bellis, Branthwaite, now got Van Heck, so it is an area of the pitch that they're obviously looking to strengthen. Again, I think this is, in a similar way, not something that's going to move quickly. It's to be one that, with a view to further down the line, and they've got to be doing that, because Mowbray's talked about succession lines, and we've seen that with the centre forward. When Rhodes left, there was Graham, and then Dak kind of came into that. Then Armstrong took over from him. He's gone. Then you've got Brereton, and then you'd be hoping that then when he goes, there's somebody else. So they're always looking for these succession lines. So no surprise to see that. But again, not something immediately that I think is on the horizon, but certainly seems to be one that they're looking at. But again, the amount of Championship clubs that will be looking over the same players interesting thing for Rovers will be how much will their thinking shift based on where they are in the league. From previous markets that they've looked at, will they change tack with where they are? But an interesting one, but and certainly makes sense with what's going on at the club.
And less of a position where we're needing reinforcement, with Bradley Dack returning from injury, obviously Brereton, Diaz, Kadra, Dolan, Gallagher, we seem well blessed in those departments. So, just given what you've said about succession lines and everything there, is that just another one in that category that it's, if we were to lose Ben Brereton, he's not going to be a like for like replacement. Of
no, as in the summer, I think it's 500 grand they had turned down and kind of came out after the event. But yeah, they did bid for him. But this was at a point where I think they were never looking for an out-and-out number 9 that they thought they could, go out and buy with the money that they'd got. So I think he was part of like the Mowbray wide forward mould, and then obviously got injured. And again, is into the final year of his deal. And the Aberdeen managers, I think he used the phrase, you can take a horse to water, as in with his contracts. I think they're expecting him to leave. And again, they're in a situation where if he is going to go, would they accept something in January, or are Rovers going to play the long game with him and move into January? But again, they're at this position where if the second half of the season goes really well, then you could be agreeing pre-contract players who might not be at that level where you're looking to go, but certainly a player that they've identified as somebody that they like. And it was, all the links in the summer were, not all of them, but more of them were towards, wide forwards with the money that they've got, certainly with permanent additions. So yeah, he was certainly one. And if anything's taught us with Mowbray's recruitment while he's been here, if he sees a player that he likes, he'll stay on for windows. We've seen it with Gallagher, with Bell, with Rothwell. If there's a strong link and some interest from Rovers, which there has been with him, they tend to play with it and stick with it. So he'll certainly be one to keep an eye on. But it's whether they do look for the pre-contract route rather than anything more permanent.
So on that note of revisiting transfers, that takes us very nicely into the one that was probably the most advanced that didn't happen in the summer, and that was Josh Maja, who's currently at Bordeaux, back scoring goals for Bordeaux. I think I saw he got his 10th goal of the season the other night. Just remind us what happened with Maja, Rich, because I think that one was looking like it was going to go through and then didn't. So just remind us what happened in the
one that his name cropped up, and everybody in France around Bordeaux was saying no, he's leaving on a permanent deal and he's going to Nottingham Forest. Forest the people around Forest were saying, oh, we're not so sure, but that seemed to be the deal. Then out of nowhere, it was Rovers. I was a bit sceptical, but after the event, it was ready to go. Personally, in my opinion, I think Bordeaux shafted Rovers with the injury. I think they'd told him, or he was aware that there was an issue with an issue with his back. Rovers had obviously signed. Kadra wasn't fully fit. So they were willing to take players that, I'd got slight injury, might have to wait. But I think once the medical came with his back issue, and Rovers had seen it with Dan Butterworth, how these things can drag on. And yeah, I think they just decided that it was going to be a deal that would be an expensive loan. I think it was just too much of a risk for the injury that he'd got.
And is it one that you're expecting to be revisited in January? Obviously, with you saying that once Mowbray identifies a target.
Yeah, again, but his will be fitness depending. He's not actually played for Bordeaux yet. So we'll have to see where he is with his fitness. And again, it'll then be on loan. I thought they looked at least one striker short. Now you're probably looking at an attacker with Poveda having gone down. Kadra has really surprised me in a good way. He's really seems to have taken to that position centrally. So if you're sticking with 3-5-2 and you've got Gallagher and Dolan in reserve, are you looking for another one? Obviously, you're losing Brereton for one game, possibly two in January with his Chile commitment. So I think they will look to strengthen an attack. And if the deal's still there to be done and his fitness is okay, then it's certainly one they could go for. All the talk again around Bordeaux is they'd like to leave, like him, if he is to leave on a permanent deal, and we'll be looking for 4 million. Rovers wouldn't do that, but could they get him on loan? Certainly want to keep an eye on.
Excellent. And I got transfixed on the number 10. Bordeaux won 10-0 and Maja scored. He's not scored 10 goals this season. So that'll teach me for thinking I know better. But yeah, he scored in a 10-0 win. So there we go. So they're probably the three ones which are the main rumours. Just as a general question, Rich, you're expecting any other links? You're expecting Venky's to put their hands in their pocket given the lead position? What's the general feeling?
I think Mowbray's comments in recent weeks have been interesting and certainly would suggest that nothing has been decided with regards to what's happening in January yet. He's used the word ambition and he's been really careful not to say it in a way where he's questioning the ambition outwardly as in, what are you wanting? But I think there is something in it as we're in this position now. This could be the best chance that you have to get to where you want to go to. Equally, he's been back for, nearly 50 million for Burton, Armstrong, Gallagher, Dack, Samuel, Eden, Picker, and you throw in all that, there's investment there. You'd like to say that the majority of them, the permanent signings for cash, have worked out that they've at least, they're going to get the money back. Obviously, Armstrong covers that. Burton, from when he does go, will make a significant profit on what they've paid for him. The only thing is they've got themselves in this position because of a team, and it's, you could probably see areas of the team where you're going to strengthen longer term. It's just where do you go with it? So it will be interesting, but it certainly seems like there's an appetite with a couple of quality additions here. We could really do something special. For me, it's more about ensuring that, this team stays together, which I think hopefully Venky's will at least say you can stick with what you've got. But with a couple of additions, I think if they can get an extra attacker in there, because again, there will come a time where injuries are gonna hit. Yeah. Obviously, you've got Dak coming back, but you can't be reliant on that he's going to have. Scott Wharton's come back seamless. Dak could well do the same, but you can't be banking on that. And I think it was telling that the manager said in the summer you could see that he felt they were a couple short. He used the word, we can be competitive with what we've got, and they didn't add to that. They've excelled everybody's ambition, but to keep it going, you do think they would need a couple. Obviously, he said at the minimum they would use every loan. They obviously only use 4. You can probably count Poveda out of that. Whether they need to keep paying for it will be discussions, but you've probably got at least 2 slots there. So I'd like to think there would be a couple of loans that could supplement it. Probably a midfielder and an attacker. And the worry would be with Nyambi as well. Not just him leaving. He's shown that his hamstrings can come back to bite, and Joe Rankin Costello, again, a player for me who would really be pushing for that spot. I think we need to try and not put him to one side as in, just cast him aside, but I think just allow him the time to get back. So that's probably an area of the field where if something did crop up that they need to be thinking about.
Just in view of the time, I'll just gloss over this one before the final question I'll ask to you, Rich. So just another thing for Rovers, just to be mindful of. Graham Potter, the Brighton manager, made some comments in the press a few days ago about the impact of COVID-19 on squads, and particularly now the Premier League have obviously stated that those games are going to take place, and it doesn't seem like there's going to be a suspension. We may be at risk of losing Jan-Paul van Hecker and Reda Kadra back to Brighton should they see that as something that they want to do in January. So, and it's another one where we'll just buckle in and sit tight and hope it doesn't happen. Leighton Clarkson may well, for different reasons, be sent back to Liverpool, or Liverpool might recall him to send him elsewhere and get game time. So we'll see what happens with those loanees that we've got. And as Rich says, we may fill those other 2 spots that we've got. So Rich, just a final question for you then. Are there any other rumours surrounding any of our players? I think I saw Ainsley Pears rumoured with a potential loan out. Jacob Davenport isn't playing much at the moment. We've got other fringe players, other youth players that have been loaned out previously. Is there anything that you're hearing on any of those?
I think in the same way that Brighton are thinking with Van Hecken and Kadra, which Mowbray himself has said I'd fully understand if they recall, with the COVID situation, Hayden Carter would have League One sides queuing up to sign him. Dan Butterworth as well. Conor McBride as well was on the verge of going out on loan. Pears, I think they would listen to, but again, it just adds complications that you'd need somebody else. I don't think they'd go with just Jordan Eastham as backup to Kaminski. So are you then creating a situation for yourself where you're just signing somebody for the sake of letting Ainsley go out on loan? So, and there are people like Davenport, but again, he's shown that when called upon, and I think while you're thinking of somebody like Carter and Butterworth's longer term development, obviously Davenport is out of contract in the summer. So are you more realistic? Let's just keep him around. We've known that he can be a valuable squad player. So I think in the same way that it'll go to the end of the window with people like this, and I think Rovers will only sanction loans for players who are able to go out because there's suitable cover. And you look at the squad at the minute, and while at the weekend there were players missing, it doesn't take much to get to a situation where you're back to the 23s for filling the bench. The 23s, a lot of them have gone out on loan to non-league. So all indications across the EFL and the Premier League are it's going to be a quiet window. So loans might not be quite the market that it once was, because people are just more likely to stockpile the squad. So it wouldn't surprise me if it is quite a quiet transfer window across the board, really.
So there we have it, Rovers fans. At the time of recording this, obviously, or going live with this, the end of December, that's all we know at this moment in time. Just hearing Rich talk about those things, I think we're just going to have to keep our fingers crossed and sit tight and hope that Brereton Diaz is still with us. Hope that one of these players signs a new contract and we don't have any big interest. And obviously, hope that Brighton don't come in and take Jan-Paul van Hecker and Reda Kadra back. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't succumb to any of that. But Rich, just want to thank you for joining us tonight and showing your support to the channel as you've done in previous streams and other things, and obviously giving us all the lowdown as you can. And we'll look forward to all of your updates on the Lancs Telegraph as we usually do.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Rich. And I will hand back to Joe and everyone at the Avenue for everyone to carry on the live stream. See you later, Rovers fans.
We are absolutely delighted to announce that we have smashed our £1,000 fundraising target tonight. That is absolutely fantastic. And thank you so much for your generosity.
Yeah, when we started out doing this, £1,000 was the target. It was the same last time, and we've smashed last time. I was a bit nervous yesterday, but we've managed to do it. So just honestly, thank you so much. All the super chats, everything on the Just Giving page, and we'll go through and we'll read some of those messages when we're done hosting. And of course, all of those that have donated will be going into the prize draw. Dan, I'm pretty sure we're going to announce that on New Year's Eve. Is that right? Yeah, I've got a thumbs up from Silent Dan over there. We're going to be announcing the winners on New Year's Eve. So if you are playing along, if you have donated, if you have won a prize, then that's when you need to be looking out for. It's been a really tough couple of years. Lockdowns, restrictions, they've all taken their toll on all of us.
Tonight, we wanted to highlight some of the members in the Rovers community who have helped to lift spirits during this difficult period.
So in that vein, up next, we'll be talking to some of our lockdown heroes.
Hi, Joe from the future. This is Joe from the past here, not at the Avenue. I'm joined by Simon Wootton. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to the show. How have you been, mate?
Very well, thanks, Joe. I appreciate you inviting me on.
Good. I'm glad that you're here, and we're glad to have you here. Many Rovers fans will have spoken to yourself, interacted with yourself online. Why don't you give us just a brief outline of what your role is and what you do?
Okay, so my role is the Mental Wellbeing Manager at the Community Trust. I primarily run a program in secondary schools, which is a mentoring and support program for secondary school pupils that are just transitioning through from primary. But I also take a broader look about well-being and the activities we do through the trust. So one of the initiatives we have is like Rovers Let's Talk, those sorts of things integrated with the fans as well. So yeah, that's the sort of the gist of it.
Well, I have to admit that we have told you a little bit of a fib over the past couple of weeks. This is an interview, but it's also a little bit of a ruse. When we started the planning for this year's charity show, we decided that we wanted to recognise and applaud those who'd done exceptional work over lockdown throughout COVID in the Rovers community. And I'm thrilled to share with you that you are one of our lockdown heroes. Little surprise for you there. He genuinely didn't know that this is what I was doing. And this is a surprise, but we just wanted to get you on and say that your work, especially surrounding mental health and the things that you've done over lockdown and teaming up with Tyree Stolen, for example, has not gone unnoticed. And we just wanted to talk to you a little bit about it and let you know that we really do appreciate everything you've done.
Well, you got me. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You know, we've seen everything that's been happening. I mean, you know, it's been a tough period. Have you noticed that mental health, especially in the Rovers community, has had a huge effect, you know, because of COVID?
Definitely, there's no doubt. Like just even the sort of not just within the schools, but the people I speak to, and I think it's what's lovely is I think the conversation is becoming more normalised. I know just 2 years ago that's going to be my dog now desperate to go out. Of course, perfect timing. No, I feel like people are definitely starting to talk about things much more as they should be talked normally about, which is fantastic. But there's still a lot more work around it to go. And obviously the pandemic's had a massive effect on, particularly around social isolation. And you know, I think since coming to the club, it's been fantastic to have so many like-minded colleagues, and not just Tyrese, but other people at the club, other people at the trust that are really keen to make sure they support the community through this. So, you know.
Have you noticed an uptake in the kind of the things that you're doing and a more interest from within the community, especially, you know, you were talking about some of the different initiatives that have been going on. Have you noticed that there's more interest now?
There is, and I think there's still, you know, I'm one of these people that I will say, you know, we've done this, and what can we do next? There's still more things that we need to be doing as a trust. But the great news is it's something that everybody is looking forward to doing. I think there's more around. You know, awareness is fantastic. I was only in a school this afternoon, you know, like teaching year sixes about, you know, mental well-being, which is fantastic. But something that I'm really passionate about is trying to increase the number of things we can do as a club in terms of, you know, social prescribing for people to actually provide the activities that not just when we realize how important they help, but actually do the work as well, actually lift our moods. So that's something that we're going to continue to work with.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, you know, we're recognizing a lot of people, you know, because a lot of great work has been undertaken, and the amount of charitable efforts that are coming out of the club and the community trust is fantastic. And I think that, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, that the Rovers community really did come together over lockdown, especially, but even now still coming together. And I'm sure as this goes out in the middle of the live show, we've already raised a hell of a lot of money for the Sporting Memories Foundation, because I have complete faith in the Rovers fans. So it is fantastic. Delighted to let you know that we'll be giving you a voucher for our partners, 6yardsout.com. I hope you can enjoy some of that stuff. You've had a really positive impact, and we just wanted to to reward you for that and just let you know that it is seen and it is noticed and that we really appreciate it.
It's very kind, but I wouldn't be doing my job without saying it's not just a one person. The number of people that I work with are the trust. They are amazing, and so even though I'm not sitting here, it's as much for them as it is for anybody else. So I'll make sure that they get their fair recognition and all of it too, because they're brilliant. Very lucky to work with them.
Absolutely, 100% agree there. Thank you so much, and I'm gonna swing back over to Joe and Ryan live at the Avenue. So hi, Joe and Ryan from the future. Thanks very much for joining me, Simon, and I hope that you're watching the show right now, watching along. Okay, thanks very much, mate. Really appreciate it. Ryan from the future, it's Joe here in the past. I'm here with Yassir Sufi, who is the Integration and Development Manager at Rovers. Yassir has been the driving force behind the success of the Ewood Express, and I'm delighted to be speaking with him today. How are you, mate?
I'm good, Joe. Thanks for inviting me, first of all, and thanks for having me. I'm loving the Christmas theme going on here. It's fantastic, and hopefully, in the future, whenever this goes out, we're still very much kind of sitting where we are, if not further up the table.
Yes, absolutely. It's been a good time on the pitch. But it's also been a very good time off the pitch as well. What do you feel the main factors have been behind the success of the Ewood Express?
To be honest with you, I think it doesn't lie with myself at all. I think there's two elements of it that have been the driving force behind it, and one might surprise you, but I do feel the supporters have been a massive part of that. And the reason I say that is I've spoken with other clubs who have the challenges we have, where we've got a very different demographic within the town itself, and they've struggled very much so in terms of integrating different communities. And I'll touch on why I mentioned different communities as part of that Ewood Express shortly. But for me, one of the biggest factors of that is how welcoming our supporters are on match days of those, children that are coming on the Ewood Express. And generally, every match where we've got kids coming in, whether it's in the family stand or it's upstairs in Blackburn End Upper, I have people coming up to me all the time, whether it's on social media or in person, saying, "Fantastic, love it, keep doing it." And I think, sometimes when you get that little bit of backing from your main supporter base, you feel like, what, I'm doing something right, and it makes you feel empowered. And then also, it's something that right from the top of the football club, it's been pushed to try and say, how can we engage and interact with that next generation of fan? Whatever community they're from, whatever part of Blackburn with Darwin or further afield they're from, how can we engage with that next generation of fan? So I think the Ewood Express has been a massive success in terms of doing that. And sorry, just to finish on that, and I mentioned different communities because if you want me to go into it, the Ewood Express was specifically created to address that problem where some people cannot get to the game with parents all the time. Ideally, in an ideal world, me as a parent as well, I would love that experience where it's a mum or a dad who's bringing the child to the game. But I quickly recognise that wasn't always the case, and why should children miss out if mum or dad can't attend or won't attend? So that's been kind of the main reason why we started it.
I think we have to acknowledge, I think, as a starting base, the reason that it's needed is obviously multifaceted. You've got that integration aspect, but another huge aspect, of course, is the fact that the Ewood crowd is massively down on where it was a decade ago, and I think it's about addressing the fact that the town is made up of those different communities. There's a massive Muslim population in Blackburn, and it's probably not yet or hasn't yet been reflected in the crowd at Ewood Park. And I think one of the main reasons I would say that fans are so open and so accepting of these new ideas is that we all recognise and we can all see with our own eyes that the crowds are dwindling. And I think when we talk about re-engaging supporters, obviously a lot of the time we're talking about re-engaging fans that may have been before and been lost. But like you say, it's important to engage, not just re-engage, but also engage new supporters. And I think with it being young people as well, you know, as they grow up and have families of their own in 10, 15, 20 years time, you know, you're talking about a whole new generation of Blackburn fans. Speaking of the future, 10 years, do you have long-term plans and aims for engagement? Do you have figures in mind and say, you know, we want to hit to getting into Ewood Park by a certain time? Do you do that, or is it a little bit more broad than that?
Yeah, to be honest with you, at the moment, I've not been given any targets as such, but ideally, you know, I have been told that this is a much longer term project. And me specifically, I've got some targets of my own, which I'd like to hit. But just to kind of, you know, touch on what you said earlier, you know, some fans might have read it, some fans might not have. But if you read the Times article that went out this week, there was a Birmingham fan who kind of tagged on to the comments on that and said, we as a football club should be doing this because there's far too many of the big six Premier League, teams, their shirts around the city. And Blackburn has had that same problem where, especially, you know, within diverse communities, especially, you know, you do get a lot of the younger fans growing up supporting those Sky Sports Premier League teams. And it's so important that we, you know, bring them here, give them that experience, and then, you know, that fan of the future 100% is creating. And to be honest with you, I've seen it through my own eyes, where I see, you know, those kids coming. There, you can tell that's a Rovers fan now.
Yeah.
That's someone who's definitely a Rovers fan now. My own son, you know, he was a really passionate. He's 12 years old now. Really passionate supporter of one of those Premier League teams, to that extent where he'd cry if they lost. And he's come to every match this year so far, this season. And he says to me after one game, he says, I'm a Rovers fan now.
That's fantastic.
And, you know, and he, you know, so, and there's plenty of stories like that. You know, I've had multiple amounts, loads of parents messaging me to say, my son's asking me every week, what's the Rovers score? My son's asking when he can go next. My daughter's, you know, loved her experience. So that's what it's about for the time being. In terms of where we are in the future, you know, 100% that, you know, all that work will lead to, you know, attendances growing, especially with, you know, the younger generation. So there's plenty of stuff I can tell you, plenty of stories, plenty, you know, things I've seen myself. There was again, going back to the Times article, there was a lad who was interviewed as part of that, who's 16, and he told me himself that he sits in the Blackburn end with all the hooligans, loves it there. And he told me himself there's 2 of them 2 seasons ago. Now there's 12 of them.
Yeah.
And they absolutely love it. And there's more and more joining. So we'll definitely see you know, the fruits of that.
And it's not just the Ewood Express. Obviously, there's a lot of other initiatives going on. You know, the club saw a really good response on social media regarding the prayer room. And I also think that even having those idols for kids to look up to within the squad, Muslim players of Muslim faith, you know, Reda Kadra, for example, you know, the video that went viral before the penalty. As trivial as things like that may be, I think for a kid it's far from trivial. I think it's vital that they have somebody like that. And I think as a general rule, we're doing a lot more than just one thing. Obviously, the Ewood Express has seen a lot of notability recently and people are talking about it. But I think we're actually attacking this issue on quite a lot of fronts, which 100%. I think people respect, and that's a great thing. You know, because like we say, the crowds are dwindling and we do need to find a way to reinvigorate that. But the prayer rooms themselves, obviously, we're attacking this from the adult angle as well and making it more accessible for for those who have those religious beliefs and those religious needs to come and attend the games as well. And that's important, isn't it? Because you've got to attack it from those angles as well.
I think 100%, and I think the main thing with regards to, and I'm talking about all communities here in terms of, sometimes the majority of football fans love to go to a game, buy a beer with their friends, enjoy a pie, watch the game, but you always have that next generation of fan or family environment where that's not the important bit, and that's not what they're there for. And you have to think about, okay, what would they want to see, what kind of, and sometimes, especially children, they don't want to sit in an area where there's lots of alcohol. They want a family friendly area, and I've had that from all communities where people want that family environment where they can enjoy the game as well. So it is important that we are attracting that generation of fan. But when I first started the job in January, I went and spoke to a lot of the older 40s, in their 30s, 40s, 50s, that type of fan, especially from the South Asian community. And most of them, the reason why they said they wouldn't come to a game was because of the fact that they attributed football to the kind of what they saw in the 80s. And they still had that in their mind that that's what football game is. And for me, it's so important with the multifaceted approach that we show them that what, it is a family friendly environment. It is a stadium where they can feel welcome. And I think Ewood Park definitely is up there for me in terms of stadiums where you go and it's such a nice atmosphere on the day, So for me, 100%, it's important. And yes, the prayer room definitely helps with that. Yes, having Blackburn End Up as alcohol free helps with that as well. I think more importantly for all communities is just to have that kind of reassurance that look, whatever reason you're coming, you can enjoy the game.
Absolutely. I do have to admit that I've probably told you a little bit of a fib today. This is an interview, but also during our live show, Future Joe and Ryan, next week, we are actually doing a special Lockdown Heroes segment. And you've been nominated by people in the community as a lockdown hero. And basically, we wanted to recognise the work that yourself and several others have been doing within the Rovers community, both Rovers staff and just people online and people within the town. And I think the fans in general, as you've already alluded to, have responded really well to what you're achieving. And yeah, your name was put forward, and we all absolutely agreed that you are absolutely a lockdown hero, and we really appreciate what you've done. So thank you very much. Thank you.
No, thank you. And to be honest with you, I'm not so sure I'm deserving of that title as such, but thanks anyway to anyone who did vote. But like I said, and I'm not just saying this, I couldn't do the job I do without the support of everyone here. You'll have seen, our One Rovers kind of philosophy, which runs throughout the club. So it is really, really important that, we're all working in the same direction. And social media on, but at the same time, for me, especially with my journey at Rovers, has been a really, really good place for that encouragement from our supporter base to say, crack on, good job, let's keep going. So it's thank you, and let's hope we can do more of the same in 2022.
Absolutely, and I think that's the right attitude. As a small token of our gratitude, we'd like to give you a voucher from one of our partners at 6 Yards Out. I'm sure with you being so humble, you'd probably want to say, no, don't give that to me. Feel free to give out some items as well, and pass those along to anybody else who's worked with you that you think is deserving. Because we recognise as well that everything at the minute at Rovers is a team effort. But I really appreciate you joining me and talking to me about the work that you've been doing. So yeah, long may the success of this work continue, and hopefully in 5 years' time, we're up to a 16,000 solid crowd, and a nice strong percentage of that is from a diverse community, and we can say, yeah, we've really done some strong work here, and the community that already existed at Ewood got behind it and wanted it to happen. So I'm going to flick back over to future Joe and Ryan now, but thank you very much for joining me.
No problem. Thanks, Joe. Thank you very much.
Some of our other lockdown heroes who deserve a mention tonight include Tyrese Dolan for his incredible efforts in raising both money and awareness following the loss of his dear friend Jeremy Whiston.
And we'd also like to mention Bradley Johnson for his fantastic efforts as the official player ambassador for Benefit Mankind.
And last but certainly not least, we'd like to mention one of our own, Ryan Hildred. We can assure you that he does not know that he's been put forward, but so many people reached out to us and spoke to us about the impact that Rovers Chat and most importantly, Ryan's content had on them during lockdown.
So many people have given so much over such a tough time, and even though we're still in choppy waters, the Rovers community has proven that nobody's alone.
Absolutely. And we're actually going to head right over to Ryan now, who's with Jared for the third and final quiz. Not long to go. Thank you so much for everyone's donations so far. Good luck with the final quiz. Ryan, Jared, over to you.
Jared, you there? You're on mute.
There we are.
I was waiting for you to just pick it up and run with the quiz, but
here I am. I know. Anytime I have to do three things at once, my life collapses like a house of cards. It's just that simple. Two things I could do. Three things is just all falls in on itself like a dying star, Ryan. But congrats, man. I think that a lockdown hero is very accurate. I can only say personally that this channel and finding this community really has impacted me in my mental health and where I'm at in terms of my positivity and sense of value and belonging. It's made a difference. Believe it or not, it really has. So well deserved, Ryan. Cheers for you, man.
Seriously, I wasn't expecting that. So move over onto other stuff.
There you go. All right. Just anybody else want to join right now in the Kahoot final quiz of the night? It's right now. It's a little more holiday themed than the first two, and you could see the code at the top there. We'll just give it. What do you think? Another couple seconds, Ryan? What do you say?
Yeah, a few more seconds. I'll tell you my name. I am Shabani, as in Shabani Nanda.
Of course, Shabani Nanda. There it is. I see you down there. Good. We've got some returning players from earlier. Adam84, Gary Henderson. Joe's mom is here. Glenn's mom is here. Mums the Word is here. So many mums. On the third day of Christmas, we got 3 moms. So Jermaine Jones is here, of course. So we're getting the last couple group in. Get in right now. Go to kahoot.it. You could play right on your phone. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This one's going to be a little different, Ryan. The first 2 quizzes were exclusively multiple choice. This quiz only, I think, has 1 out of 15 multiple choice questions. A lot of it's going to be, you have to type in the answer, right? So it's an answer type style question. So just be ready for that, everybody. And of course, speed still a factor in your score. So what do you think? 50? We good to go with 50, 51? The number's still ticking up. Should we wait another second, Ryan? What do you think?
Let's give it, what time are we on? 50. Give it to 55. And then I think that's enough notice for everyone.
Yeah, we'll take a minute. Let's see. We got 53 people in here, 54. This is your final 60 seconds to hop
Rick
in.
T. Diaz is in there. I recognize Rick T. Diaz. That's Rick
Yeah,
Trowbridge in the house.
Yeah. Where's my favorite name? Did they change it? Oh, man. Somebody had the name Two Guy Gamst Diaz, which is like there it is, Two Guy Gamst Diaz. Cheers to you. That's a great name. Also, Three Amigos, one of my sneaky favorite movies of all time. So if you're referencing the 80s,
we've got the American version of Steve Keen's mom as well, haven't we? Steve Keen's mom. If you scroll up,
yes, somebody's giving away their nationality with the spelling of mom there. You're not fooling anyone. I think that's the real Bucko, by the way. I don't think anybody would take that name. So we have John Buckley himself. I'm going to assume it's John Buckley himself in chat. So super exciting as well. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. So good. I think we're ready, Ryan. What do you think? Now that we got a couple including Luke Diaz and Bucko, we're ready to start?
I've just been drawn to one comment, though. Sloughtown Blogs. Where is the link to donate? There isn't a link, but it's www.rcdonate.com.
Right. Or you could go right in Super Chat right here in YouTube, and you can donate in Super Chat. But we've gone above our goal. It's fantastic. Every dollar still counts. Every pound dollar. Every pound you donate still gets you a raffle ticket, right? So, all right, we're at 55. I like that number. I think we're ready to go with this Kahoot, everybody. Super excited. It's a duplicate of General Mix, Quiz with Jared. What a title. What a title we have here for you. So this is how section 1 is going to go. It's all about jersey numbers. I'm going to ask you a question. The answer is a number, right? Or I'll give you a player name and you give me their jersey number. So notice here, if we said, what year was Blackburn Rovers founded? And we gave you some clues, you can put in, if you knew 1875, Kaminsky, Rothwell, Kadra, Ayala, right? This one's a little bigger and more complex. A lot of them are just going to be like one answer, but this gives you an idea of what we're doing here. So it's certainly a little different than the last quizzes. So you are going to type your answers. Question 1. In 55 AD, Julius Caesar invaded Great Britain. Name one of two players who donned the number 5 jersey in the following year, 94-95. So in that season, who wore the number 5? Give me one of the two players. Answers are going in right now. We got 18 in.
So, Jared, I'm going to ask the question that a lot of people might ask. I've just gone for the surname of the person. Do you just want the surname?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, surname/last name is fine. I think for all of these but one. And you'll know the one because it's a doozy. It's the final question of the show. So just surname should be gravy. Go ahead and get those answers in. We're at 51 out of, we have 55 players? Yep. Somebody might type slow or for whatever reason, right? Might have their kid typing for them because they're too old and can't use a phone anymore. So we'll give you another, we'll give you till the 30-second mark. So you got 5 seconds there now. 4, 3, get it in, type. Okay, boom. Do I just hit skip now, right? Bingo. Ryan, you did the other stuff. And the answer, Colin Hendry, is one of the answers, right? So great job there. If you said Hendry, 27 players got that right. Who's at the top? Adam, 1984. Not surprised. Pete, BRFC in there as well. Hitchin Diaz, Cincy Rover, and Larry. Just Larry. I just love that it's just Larry in there. Ryan, what'd you have? Did you play? You get it?
I did. I'm in 7th place behind Ollie
Nice.
Walker-Hill.
All right. What is wait, we already did this one.
Oh, no, it's
Right?
the year 2010-11.
Oh, yeah. That's here you go. So Caesar invaded Great Britain. Name one of two players on the number 5 jersey in 2010-11. Dan's very clever. I didn't realize he broke this up into 2 questions. Very sneaky, Dan. Dan, the man who's been on no sleep, everyone, just so you understand where Dan is giving it his all today, and certainly a worthy cause and worth the effort. So who wore the number 5 in 10-11? Ryan, do you feel like, because I'm an American, I wrote these questions. I have no idea if these are too hard or not. What do you think of this right now? That's a question.
I've gone with an answer that I'm fairly confident on. I had his name on the back of a shirt once, and I'm just hoping it's correct.
Okay. 10-11 was a while ago. We'll go to the 30-second mark. So you got 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Get that answer in. Anybody else? Last one. And there it is. Nice. We got all 55 in. That's right, Gail Givet. Would you pronounce it Givet?
Yeah, that's right. Gail Givet.
Givet, very nice. He is from France. Great job. So at the top, Hitchin Diaz, G and H up there, Shabani. Well, Ryan, you're third. Ugh. Ryan's crushing it. Cincy Rover's still up there, and L. Scotty. Dryden with a big jump up there. We know how dangerous he can be. He did so great, or they did so great the first two matches. Next question. The BBC was founded this year, the same as Damian Johnson and Lucas Neal. Tricky because Neal wore 3 numbers during the 01-02 season. So this is a 4-digit year you're looking for. What year was the BBC founded? Which I got to say, I am a fan of. I'm a fan of your structure there. And that's how I got hooked too into the English world, was like watching the BBC and shows like The Office, and of course Faulty Towers, Father Ted, The Young Ones. All those good shows kind of roped me in. Ryan, you know anything about BBC history?
So I think I'm confident on Damian Johnson's number, and then I think you've been crafty with Lucas Neal's number, is all I'm going to say.
Okay. Answers are pouring in. Good job, everybody. 35, 34. We got a couple seconds left. Remember, don't use internet. Don't look this stuff up. Just go with your heart, go with your brain, go with your gut. You can never really go wrong. We're at 53 answers. I'll give you another 5 seconds for those 2 people. There you go. One more. Are you going to get it in? Nice. We got him in. And the correct answer is 1922. 14 of you got that right. Good. So this is challenging right now. I like ye. I like that I'm throwing you all for a loop. Oh, Lutweiler fan bumps up to the top. Zubs. Steve King's mom making another appearance. Hitchin Diaz and GNH still sitting in the top 5. Great work, you two. 3 players have gotten the first 3. A couple people on a streak. Kit numbers. The ever ominous 3 Mick Rathbones. What could that number be? It's a 3-digit number. The ever ominous 3 Mick Rathbones. Yes. Ever ominous would be kind of like your clue there, Ryan. So I would tell you a bonus clue. It's not necessarily a number associated with good things. Does that make sense?
Oh, and after I've just typed, you say that after I've just typed my answer in. So I know what the answer is based on what you've just said.
Good. I'm glad I threw you a curveball. Is that a phrase? Throwing someone a curveball? Do y'all say that over there?
Yeah, we do say that one. We do say that. And it's quite ironic because most English people care nothing for baseball, but we say that.
Do they have curveballs in cricket? Change-ups? Knuckleballs? Any of those?
Knuckleballs in football.
Fair.
You're probably talking Yorkers in cricket.
Okay. Yeah, I know nothing about... If you thought I knew nothing about Rovers, I know nothing about cricket, honestly. All right, 5 people left to answer still. You got 5 seconds here. 4, 3. What's it going to be? Type in 3 numbers, hit enter. And we'll give you the full clock here. And that's time. We got 52 answers in. 666. I know. What a more holiday number, right? I write holiday trivia, and look what I end up putting in this show somehow. So good job. If you said 666, you are correct. Let's see what happens to the scores. Hitchin Diaz to the top. Oh no, there's Dryden. Balaji Rao up at the top too. Apparel making a posh appearance. I love it.
Jared, we just need to acknowledge who Hitchin Diaz is as well. Like, that is the man responsible for changing Diaz's life. That is the man.
Oh, really?
That is Mark Hitchin.
No way, Mark. Great job. Well, you should be proud right now. You're in first place, rightly so, by about 150 points. So Mark at the top. On to the next question. Same thing as before. The oldest Christmas tree in Rest Park was planted in this year. And it's a 4-digit number. Davenport's number from 2122, Ayala's from this year and Davenport from this year. So we switched his number, right? So this is a 4-digit number total. Davenport, Ayala, and Davenport this year. I'm guessing this one will be good for some people. I think more people get this one right than not. We'll find out. You feel confident, Ryan?
It's Davenport's number this season that I'm less confident about. I think I'm confident on last season and this season for Ayala, but yeah, this season for Davenport.
A little bit of Christmas history here for you too. I couldn't even tell you where Rest Park is. Is it Rest? Is that how you would say it? I don't even know how to pronounce it.
What? But say it again.
Rest Park?
Rest. Yeah, Rest.
Okay. All right. There we go. See, I'm learning. Fish out of water. Do you know how weird it is to be American
accent again? Hillbilly
yeah.
accent. Again. Go on.
Get yourself down to Rest Park there and plant yourself a tree.
That's what
oh man. Yeah. Can I get an award for asking English trivia to English people as an American? Like, who's ever even done this before? 4 seconds. Get those answers in. 3, 2, 1. Type. All right. Answers are in. 1856. Yes. The oldest Christmas tree in your neck of the woods, all the way back from 1856. Good job. 20 people got that correct. Ryan, how'd you do?
I got it the wrong way round. Davenport numbers the wrong way round.
Oh, gotcha. All right, Hitchin Diaz still up there. Dryden making his run. Zubs, Steve King's mom, and Balaji Rao. Next. Boom. Kit number. In the 12 Days of Christmas song, how many pipers are piping? This is multiple choice. So this is who wears this kit number, right? Blank, pipers, piping. What is the number? Is it Dolan, Gallagher, Cadras, or JRC's current number, right? That's how this works. Answers coming in. You've got to know Christmas trivia and Rovers trivia to get this. And most of these are like that. You know, it's a little bit of both. A little holiday, little Rovers, a nice coalescence. 40 answers in now. It's multiple choice. Ryan, you feel good?
I was feeling good until my oldest, who sat to the right of me, was like, "Nah, I think it's that." So now I'm doubting myself.
Yeah, no, listen to the kid, because that way, if he's wrong, you could send him to bed early for being wrong.
It already is 5:10. He should be in bed already.
It's parenting 101. Yeah, it's a special occasion. Yeah, you got to let him stay up late every once in a while. All right, 50 answers in, waiting on 5 more. Give you just a few more seconds here, y'all. It's multiple choice. I'm going to count down from now. 5, 4, 3. Pick a name. 2, 1. Okay. Pretty good. Oh, interesting dispersion, but it is Joe Rankin Costello. Tricky one because unfortunately we haven't seen him much this year as he's been recovering. You know, we wish him all the best, by the way, for this holiday season and a good recovery. So good job. If you said JRC, Ryan, who is right, you or your son?
We were both wrong.
Yes. Like father, like son. He's a chip off the old block, Ryan. Balaji Rao, Zubs, Lutweiler fan, Steve King's mom, and Nativity Steve making a climb into the top 5. John Pele, nice, who I think you had White Pele earlier, which is amazing. Up 18 spots there, so good job. Good job, Naib Steve, climbing the ranks as well. Next, it's another type. The total gifts in 12 Days of Christmas total this 3-digit number. Right? It's a 3-digit number. You could use Warnock's 0708 number, Fezzik Gurley's, and 2 guys. Fezzik Gurley's from 84, 85, and 2 guys from the great 2000-2001 year. Total amount of gifts in the 12 Days of Christmas. Now that I think about this question, I feel like this is like ridiculously wrong. I don't know why, but we'll find out. This is the question I have the least confidence about. I don't know how many of you know, but Americans aren't good at math, folks. Maths. It's a 3-digit number total. Answers coming in. I think my clue has thrown everybody for a loop because we're getting less answers here. Nobody's sure on this one. Okay, 40 answers in now. I hope people aren't pulling out calculators on your phones or anything. Maybe you are. All right, we'll count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 364. 9 people did get it correct. Good job. A doozy of a question. Oh, man. Ryan, were you close?
I went 3-5-3. So
Yeah,
no.
pretty close. Bucko is in the top 4, people. Look at that. El Scotty also creeping up there. Zubs, nice job with a solid almost 200-point lead right now. I think we're changing here. Yeah, so this is a little bit different. Every year since 1947, Henningberg's country sends London a Christmas tree as a thanks for World War II stuff. What country is Henningberg from? Yeah, people seem confident here now. I could feel the confidence exuding from these numbers popping off. Ryan, does your son know this answer?
I'm not sure if he does. I just had to remind him of the song, which I'll sing once you've got more answers in.
Please do. How do you see? I don't even know about the song. There's a song? Of course there's a song. There's a song for everybody. I should have known there's a song. All right.
We'll just wait.
We'll go to the 30-second mark. So you got 10 seconds to get that in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Get those in. Get those in. 2, 1. Okay. And the answer, Norway. Good job. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Crushed it, everybody. 45 people got that right. Ryan, do you want to sing us the song?
Norway or Sweden, Paris or Rome, all they got was Aberdeen, Aberdeen at home, Aberdeen at home. There's only one song, isn't there, Jared?
Nice. It's brilliant, man. See, I didn't know that when I wrote that. Zub's at the top. Steve King's mom's on fire right now. Bucko's still climbing. Balaji Rao as well, and El Scotty rounding out the top 5. Apparel back in the game with 3 in a row. On to the next question. This one, you have to put the name of a Rovers player that would work with the Christmas lyrics. So blank the halls with boughs of holly. This is a nice, easy one. Some of these will be a little tricky, right? So it's a past or current Rovers player's last name that would work as your answer. So that's the answer you want. Just the surname. Sorry, last name. Surname. This is a gimme, folks. Don't overthink it. There's a quick one. Dak is correct. What? Did everybody say Deck? Is that why so many people got it wrong? Ryan, what did you put?
We were like sat here like, Deck? Who's Deck for Rovers? And then it was like Dak. So we got it right eventually.
Dak the Halls. You see how this is going to work? Do you see where my brain goes, people?
I
This is
love
why
it.
you should let me.
Absolutely. I love it, mate. I love it.
Good. So remember that the name, it's going to be like a square peg in a round hole. Like the name's not going to work perfect. The sound will be similar enough. Next. Yeah, let's see where we're at. Wow. On fire. Steve King's mom on fire. Zubs, Hitchin, Diaz still at the top. Balaji, Round, Bucko. So the top 5 hasn't changed much, but Steve King's mom is crushing it. Next. Blank we have heard on high. This one's a little tricky, right? Because it's more of a nickname. So you want the player's last name and you want to know their nickname. Does that make sense, Ryan?
It makes sense. And I'm scratching my brain.
You're still putting in the player's surname, but who would have a nickname that you could plug into that Christmas lyric?
I'm trying to think what song it is.
Yeah, you know what? I think these are set for 30 seconds too. Oh no.
Armstrong.
The Angel of the North.
Do you know what? It doesn't matter if it's 30 seconds. It's going to sort the men from the boys, the girls from the women, isn't it? The girls from the ladies. Like,
I don't know. I
30
don't think
seconds
any
is
of those
fine.
things are true. I think we just should have put it to 90 seconds. All right. Yeah, I think a lot of fans probably peeved there that was short on time, but that's all right. We're going to ride this train wreck together, everybody, right to the North Pole. Okay. Next one, Carol of the Blank. This one is, you know the word. Now think of a Rovers surname that sounds like that word. I always liked this player's frame. He was like a short, stocky, shoulders were always up. Felt like he had no neck wherever he was running. He would run everywhere like this. That's your clue. See what I'm doing right now, Ryan? This is your clue. It's only 30 seconds somehow.
Oh. You are absolutely destroying us with this round.
I'm destroying myself, my confidence, viewership, everything with this round, Ryan. So no changes. I'll have a blank Christmas without you, a famous Elvis song. What Rovers striker who scored a good amount of goals for us, last name would kind of rhyme with the word that's missing from that Christmas lyric? Remember how before, Ryan, I said my pits were sweaty at the beginning of this?
I have got this one.
So much sweatier now.
I've got this one.
All right, good. I feel like there's like heat coming out of every orifice of my body right now. 30 seconds. Who got it? Can I just put this hat over my head? I will at least say this. The final question will blow everybody's mind and make up for all this mayhem.
I thought I had that because you said Elvis. So I thought Blue Christmas. So I went Slew, Jordan Slew, as in blue.
Oh, see, I would have pronounced that differently. I'll have a Yakubu Christmas without you. Well, here's what's nice is whoever got that right, they were not in the top 5. So they've made a little bit of a jump. All right, second to last question here. Kevin's mom in Home Alone, a.k.a. prolific goal scorer for Blackburn Rovers Ladies Football Club, right? Giving a shout out to all the great ladies who've played for Rovers over the last 30-ish years or so. What is the name? So she shares a first name, not surname, first name, multiple choice. They're so fast. Good job. The answer, Kate or Katie. Ryan, do you know who I'm referring to?
I do know who you're referring to, and I got it wrong. But let's just do a shout out. Matt Moon on the Rovers Chat account does a lot about Rovers ladies, so we should give him the plug.
Yeah, I know. I chat with Moon a lot. That dude knows a lot of stuff too. We've chatted about when I come over there, going to do some historical stuff. So good job, Katie Anderton, right? All-time leading scorer for Blackburn Ladies. Nice job. If you said Kate, you got it. A lot of guesses for Susan. I just made up Susan, Megan, and May. I didn't know. Maybe those are real players. Final question as we go here. 2 guy gaps. Diaz climbing. Bucko, where are you at? I think you'll get this last one, though. And this last one, I know I changed it to 4 minutes, everyone. So be happy, right? This is called a Pixable. I made this whole style of question up myself. You take 1 syllable from each image, and then those syllables combine to sound out a Rovers player's name. So I need the name of that actor, top left, the name of that TV show, top right, the name of that TV show, bottom left, and the name of that singer, bottom right. So obviously, like my name's Jared, right? You're Ryan. So either Rye or Ann would be in this person's name. Jer or Red would be in this person's name. And they are in order, so it's not jumbled. So you would read it like you'd read someone's name, right? Top left to bottom right. So the top 2 images are the first name of this player And the bottom two images are the last name of this player. If you want to pick out a scrap piece of paper or something like that, you want to scribble on a napkin if you're at the bar, you could do that. Ryan, does that make sense to you? You're like my guinea pig right now. Is that track?
It makes sense. And I'm currently just like, I don't have a piece of paper, so I'm just going to do this, like, wing it.
Yeah. Sound it out. If you know the first guy's name.
Callum Robinson's got it. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, good. Remember, folks, it's all about sounds. If you know that first guy's first name, you'll be on your way. So it's actor, TV show, singer. One syllable only from their name, somewhere in the title or their name. Okay, 18 answers in. You got some time, folks. You could run. You could even run to your kitchen and grab a pen and a piece of paper. Do you call it a kitchen? I don't even know.
We call it a kitchen.
Okay. See, there's one thing we haven't. There we go. Finally, we found a word.
There's a faucet in a kitchen. Is that how I say it? Faucet.
Yeah, faucet, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we say kitchen sink a lot, like go to the sink. We don't like pick out the faucet per se. It's like the general area, right? Hence the phrase like everything but the kitchen sink, right?
Oh, what a bugger of a question this is.
Yeah, yeah. I want to do some more of these too with Rovers players. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It's tricky though. It's challenging culturally. You know what I'm saying? But again, actor, show, singer.
Actor, show.
26, 27 answers in. And if you're playing at home right now, just start sounding things out. The more you talk out loud, the better the odds that you might get this. So just start to pronounce things, pronounce syllables out loud and try and link two together to get a first name. And that should give you the last name. Got a little bit of time here. 30 answers in. I don't have my other screen up. So if we're getting any other questions in the YouTube, Brian, let me know about this.
I'm going to sound really bad now. So Callum Robinson and Steve saying it's Ray Winston. I've been sat here thinking it's Mickey Rourke.
No, Mickey Rourke. It's definitely not Mickey Rourke.
No wonder I haven't got it.
That's great. Yeah, you're trying to like squeeze Mick Rathbone out of this somehow? No. So that's a great clue though for everybody now. Maybe we'll see a couple more answers tick up. 20 seconds, the final quiz show of the night. And we've got a few more things in store for you here on the stream, right? A few more videos and some other stuff. So stay with us, hit like and subscribe. I'm excited for 2022 and all that content we're about to throw your way as well. 1 second left, get it in. All right, 38 answers in. Rada, Cadra, or Cadra, 9 people got it.
Oh
Ray.
my God.
Ray as in Ray Winston. Duh as in Miranda is the name of that show. So Ray Duh. Cad as in Cadfael, I think is how you'd pronounce that guy's name. And then Rita Ora. So Cad as in Cadfael and Ra as in Aura. So Ray Duh Cadra. Huh? Everybody right now is either loves that this show just imploded on itself or hates that I ran trivia. I'm not sure which one it is.
Mate, that was class. I had the famous Rovers youth team player called Mickey Miranda Aura. That's what my answer was.
There you go. So Luttweiler fan finishes third. We got Steve King's mom in second. And your winner of the third one, remember, everybody here gets raffle tickets. 2 Guy Gamps Pedersen with the comeback out of nowhere.
Yes, 2
Diaz. I said Gamps Pedersen. Diaz. Gamps Diaz. I wonder if I can get my wife to let us name our second child Gamps Diaz. That's nice, right? It rolls off the tongue. So great job, everyone. I promise the next quiz, either, difficult questions. Look how many 002. I promise next time I won't run the trivia. I think that'll be good. Ryan, anything else to tell them? Or are we going to send it back over to Joe and Glenn?
I think the only thing to say is the people that came on the podium across all 3 quizzes, send a DM to the Rovers Chat Twitter account, and we will make sure that you get counted into the raffle, which is going to be drawn on New Year's Eve. So just look out on New Year's Eve for everything being drawn. But Jared, just want to say, what a quiz. What a quiz. You absolutely had me stumped.
I wasn't even going to go. I wasn't going to go out drinking tonight, but now I am.
Well, I'm pleased.
Now I'm definitely going out drinking.
Just put the top of your head down. I noticed something on the top of your Christmas hat when you were. What is that?
Oh, that's the Cleveland Browns helmet.
Oh, Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, yeah. Another embarrassing thing. See, it's an embarrassment on top of an embarrassment, right? So there you go. Great stuff. Well, we'll send it back to the studio. Thank you all for bearing with me during that nightmare. At least we did it together, friends.
We did.
That's what I'll say. Yeah.
And I
so
failed
thanks.
as miserably as you did. So there we go.
I think somehow I still came in last and I was the host. All right, back to you guys.
See you later.
Cheers.
So congratulations to the winners and runners-up of our 3rd and final quiz.
So as we sign off for the night, we are delighted to say that we have raised an amazing £1,200 for charity. That is fantastic.
Yeah, certainly didn't expect to do that well, but we've done a really, really good figure there. Really happy. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight and donating if you have. We've had a great time here at the Avenue, and thanks to the Avenue for having us, and we hope that you have had a great time as well.
Yeah, so just to echo what Joe says, thank you to the Avenue for being fantastic hosts, and thanks again to David Dunn for joining us. And before we wrap up, we'd also like to say a massive thank you to you, Joe, for putting all this together. So we've got you a little something as a kind of just a thank you present. Without you, this wouldn't happen.
Spoke with Mrs. Harvey.
It's done.
Spoke with Mrs. Harvey the other night, and couldn't pick anything better. Honestly, it's been really good.
Oh,
the way you and Chris have put it.
My favourite drink. Thank you very much. Whoa, Silent Dan. He's on the camera, everybody. Let me put this down. I didn't expect that. Thank you very much.
Okay,
and deserved it. Thanks for stepping in tonight. Ryan was supposed to be with us in person, but couldn't make it. Luke was supposed to be with us in person, but right at the last minute couldn't make it and really wanted to be here. But Glenn, you stepped in, you stepped up. Thank you for coming, mate.
Enjoyed it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, without further ado, we're going to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. We're going to finish the show with some of the Christmas videos that we're yet to share with you, and we'll go through all of them one last time. Why not? Thank you so much for donating. We won't be doing the prize draw until New Year's Eve, so if you want to donate in the meantime, you'll still be entered into the raffle. 1,200 quid for the Sporting Memories Foundation. Absolutely fantastic. Have an amazing Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Hi Rovers fans, it's Benno here. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy 2022. If you could all spare the time to head over to rcdonate.com and check out the fundraising. It's a great cause and I want to help the boys raise as much money as they can for such a fantastic charity. Again, Merry Christmas and have a great New Year, and hopefully this is the year to see Blackburn promoted.
Hi everyone, Keith Gillespie here. Just want to wish all Blackburn Rovers fans a very Merry Christmas. And on the 22nd of December, there's a live charity event on social media. And if you can, please donate for Sporting Memories Foundation, a fantastic charity. So if you go to rcdonate.com, you can do this. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi everyone, hope the night goes well, whether you've started or halfway through. I still hope it goes really well for you. And the Sporting Memories charity is a very worthwhile cause and somebody very close to the hearts of everyone that's had an affiliation with Blackburn Rovers. Would help greatly if you were as generous as you possibly could be, and even more so supportive to help them along the way. Have a great night. All the very best. And you will live a wee bit in my heart somewhere.
Hi guys, Lewis Travis here. I hope everyone's having a great Christmas time. Head over to www.rcdonate.com and help raise as much money as we can for this great cause. Hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi everyone, it's Mark Atkins here. Happy Christmas to you all. Please head to rcdonate.com to help raise money for a great cause. Have a happy Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi Rovers fans, just like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and please do anything you can to donate to this great cause tonight. Thank you and take care.
Hi guys, Dan Pike here. Hope you're all having a great night with your families. Please donate whatever you can tonight to this great cause, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi Rovers fans, hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good Christmas with your friends and your family. If you could spur some change for the charity tonight, that would be amazing. Good luck to Blackburn Rovers this season. I hope they do amazingly well. Have a good Christmas and I wish you very well. Bye bye.
Hi Rovers fans, Sam Barnes here. Hope you're all having a wonderful Christmas. Please donate as much as you can tonight for this great cause. Have a fantastic festive break and a Happy New Year.
Hi guys, it's Luke Kimbley here at Rovers Chat, and I just want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. I want to say all the best for the new year. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for continuing to subscribe, to watch and to listen to all our great content. I hope that we can bring you much more over the next year, and let's hopefully go on better at the FCAs too, because that was a great day out for us all, and hopefully next year we can go on better. So fingers crossed for that one. Please donate generously if you can, whatever you can, to us at rcdonate.com. That's in support of our charity this year, Sporting Memories. Of course, they've supported Tony Parks, who's one of our own, of course. So if you can give whatever you can, we're very grateful, and it'd be great for the charity as well. Like I say, all the very best. Let's hope next year is a little bit better than this one. Happy New Year, guys, and have a great Christmas.
Hey up everyone, it's Ollie Walker-Peel here from Rovers Chat. I just wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year and a safe and prosperous holiday season. 2021's been a massive year for Rovers Chat, obviously with the silver and the FCAs. It's been a massive year for me, you know, doing the watch-alongs and really embedding myself as part of the Rovers Chat contributors team. It's been a real honour and a real privilege to be a part of the team and, you know, really make myself a part of the Rovers Chat family. It's been amazing interacting with you all the donations on the watch-alongs, you know, Jared's $5 for every Galley goal, all the Chilean comments, getting myself on Chilean TV, you know, it's been an honour, and to be a part of the Rovers Chat family is something I'll cherish forever. So have a safe holiday season, give whatever you can tonight. If you can give anything, any donation, small or large, is much appreciated, and we'll see you all in 2022. Cheers.
Hi everyone, Jonathan Secker here, one of the Rovers Chat writers. Just wanted to take a moment to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hope everyone stays safe, hope everyone gets a chance to spend some time with their family, and hope we get to see plenty of football and 3 points from the mighty Rovers to continue our push up the table. If you do have a chance to donate tonight, then head over to rcdonate.com, and anything that you can provide, either, no matter how big or small, will be really appreciated by the charity. Okay, take care everyone.
Hey everybody, Andy Watson here. Just wishing all Rovers fans a very happy Christmas and hopefully a few more points to add to the tally. Have a good one.
Hi Rovers fans, just want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Thank you to all of you for supporting the channel over the last few months. You know, 2021 has just been an amazing year for the channel. Just the explosion of video content, live content and other stuff that we've done across the first team and the academy. It's just been an absolute pleasure to produce for everyone, and I hope that we've done our bit to help everyone feel connected during the pandemic and obviously bring you all the stuff around Rovers. So obviously what we're here for tonight is the charity, Sporting Memories Foundation. Please donate as little as you can, as much as you can. www.rcdonate.com. let's raise as much money as we can for this brilliant charity. You know, the links between dementia and football are well documented now, and there's probably not enough going into that. So this foundation helps some players that, you know, have played the game previously and unfortunately who will suffer in the future. You know, this foundation really helps them out. So please dig deep if you can. These are all players that football fans across the country have known and loved. And obviously Tony Parks, our very own Tony Parks, is benefiting from this charity. So please donate. And above all, everyone stay safe over the Christmas period. Enjoy your time with your family. And if you are alone, please reach out. Please know where your support networks are. And as we always say, our DMs are open at Rovers Chat. But have a brilliant one. Merry Christmas, everyone. And we'll see you soon.
It's Jared with Rovers Chat. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. There's so many. The new year, too. That'll be good. Thanks for all the support and continued support. Have a wonderful season. Have a wonderful rest of your year.
Hi everyone, it's Simon Garner here, wishing you all a Merry Christmas. Head to rcdonate.com to donate tonight and help raise as much money as possible. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hey everyone, it's Colin Hendry. Wishing everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Please head to rcdonate.com to donate tonight. Help raise as much as possible. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi Rovers fans, Jan-Paul van Eck here. I hope you have a great festive period of time with your family. And please donate something tonight for the Sporting Memories Foundation. And I hope you have a good Christmas and a Happy New Year. Cheers, Jan-Paul van Eck.
Hello there, just me, Chris Sutton, wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope you have a great evening tonight. Just a quick bit of memorabilia. That was the jersey which I wore when Rovers won the Premier League. Great memories of that. But it's important we raise as much funds as possible. And if you wish to donate, I think it's the website is www.rcdonate.com. Let's raise as much money as possible this evening. Have a good one. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi everyone, it's Ben Brayton here. Wish you all a Merry Christmas. If you can please head to www.rcdonate.com to donate and help us raise as much money as possible for the Sporting Memories Foundation. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks guys.
Hey everyone, it's Alan Shearer here. Just wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. Head to www.rcdonate.com to donate tonight and help raise as much as possible. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. All the best. Cheers.